Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Lord Harrowmont requested we do a story thus far, so this is actually pretty easy. Two kids who slowly fall in love with each other have gone on a journey in order to become bracers. After succeeding that, one of the kids realizes he has to go after a big evil organization and does so, leaving the other one behind. We're playing the one left behind, who has been trying to follow up on any leads of said evil organization. As they've been going, she has been going to each town one by one. She's been dealing with local troubles, which each time has thus far been actually caused by one of the big enforcers of the big evil organization as part of their overall plan to do evil. We're now going to the third town. There you go. There's your plot. Oh, whoops, I need to talk to this person. I just realized I just summarized 1.5 games worth of plot, but whatever. I mean, honestly, not much happened in the first game, to be really blunt about that. Yeah, so far we've been introduced to 2 of the major enforcers, and if the pattern holds true, we're about to meet a 3rd one. Considering we've technically already met the 4th one in the first game, and about tracks, these things are usually in teams of 4. See, the classic mistake of a shapeshifter, Zach Taft. Being a shapeshifter. Deja vu. I gotta make a deal with Ambassador Cochran of Calvert. This is the big one. Oh, yeah, we're heading back to Grancel, by the way. Which is strange. I figured we'd go to one of the other provinces first. Also, there's some ancient evil, which we're probably going to have to deal with. Yeah, but Olivier. His way of singing and his way of speech are both unique. How do I put it? I feel like he loves himself a lot. Narcissist. Although actually that's not really what narcissism is. Narcissism is much worse than just liking yourself too much. Just as bracers protect the innocent, military men protect their homes, it's the duty of performance of society to protect the soul and pathos of the moment. I never drink you under the table deliberately. I just want someone who can match my pace. That's all I need from a drinking partner. So you want an alcoholic. She doesn't realize how crazy her drinking speed is or how her liver is basically the Gehenna of alcohol. I'm sitting right here, you know. If you want to serenade me, you better be ready to keep up with me. Remember, I won't work your liver nearly as hard as anal. Anal? I remember. So now I'll make my heart quit. Tiny details act. Let me give you a specific example. When you're fighting an enemy in this game, they give you a reasonable amount of experience, a decent amount of Sepith, and, this is important, a decent amount of money. Not too much, just like 100 or so. Then when you get to town, the next weapon upgrade costs about 700 or 800. That's all the difference there. Because in the previous game, they gave you a pittance of experience, practically no Sepith, and very little Mira. And when you get to town, a particular upgrade would cost 2,000, or 5,000, or 20,000 in order to be able to afford it. It's little stuff like that that this game has been doing better than the first game. Specific implementation of basic concepts. I do think the game is improved overall by the removal of Joshua, unfortunately. I say that like in a rather unkind manner, but the truth is, the game spent way too much time spinning its wheels with the... How do I put this? They're brother and sister. Oh wait, they're in love. Oh wait, they're brother and sister. Thing from the first game. As someone in chat like 2 days ago mentioned, it wouldn't be as big of a deal if they just stopped emphasizing over and over and over and over and over the brother and sister thing. Like, okay, they're 2 kids. One of them's adopted. Also, they're slowly falling for each other. Sure. Adding the sibling thing and hitting that point over and over just makes it weird in an unnecessary way. And yes, Estelle is also more of a character this time around. I do not wish to overpraise. She's not exactly going to be winning any awards, but in the first game, frankly, she wasn't. Her characterization in the first game was mostly, she's stupid. Once again, all of these are small things, though. The overall structure of the game hasn't changed at all. In fact, even literally the gameplay and narrative structure of go to place, solve local issue, go to next place, solve local issue is still the exact same structure as the last game. I don't understand the question. I wouldn't worry about it too much. After all, Hawkeye's used to impersonators constantly trying to kill him. This is old hat for him. Yeah, give him credit. Oh, the structure thing's staying the same. Neither. It is neither good nor bad. I had a whole speech about this yesterday. I know you weren't here for it. Yeah, structure, too many people get hung up on trying to not be formulaic because we use the word formulaic as an insult. It's not an insult. Execution matters. Honestly, when someone says something is formulaic, what they mean is it's bad. They're just trying to use a fancier word than bad. I'm actually kind of curious which person's going to get elected in Rohan, too. I mean, even predictable is an insult people use when they mean bad. There's nothing wrong with predicting where a story's going to go. It's another thing writers need to get into their thick skulls. You don't need to completely shock the viewer/reader/player in order for it to be a good story. There's absolutely nothing wrong with seeing something coming. In fact, if anything, the viewer or player or reader should feel clever for having picked up on it. I just remembering the past a bit, that's all. The sunglasses wolf guy, right? Yeah. Well, that's been 6 years ago. First, it felt like longer, but it hasn't been that long, you know? So that man was your senior at your dojo, right? Kind of martial artist is he, anyway? Well, simply put, he's a natural. His reflexes are perfect. His sense for battle is keen. When I knew him, he kept himself in perfect shape. It looks like that's still true today. On top of that, he knows how to utilize his ki exactly. And ever since, he's a cut above the normal man. Yeah, he's so powerful, there's no way we could beat him in a normal fight. Until we do that later. He might even be faster and stronger in some ways than that Lawrence guy. When we were students, I admired the strength of his, envied it even. At least I did until 6 years ago when he killed our mentor and master of the dojo, Ryuga. And he really is a Kuma. He killed some. Sorry, getting ahead of it. They both agreed in the fight, man. Master Ryuga had long been aware of the darkness in Walter's heart. He'd grown drunk in his own power, hungered for still more. Master constantly rebuked him for his actions, reminding him what the proper heart of a martial artist is supposed to be. Living fist of the Taito style that seeks to perfect oneself through the medium of honorable combat. Living fist, huh? That has a neat ring to it. Ultimately, though Walter never listened, he relished the power with which the most aggressive side of Taito gave him. The aggressive side? Martial arts are used in combat, so no one can deny they can be used to hurt people as much as defend them. While there are many who train for the latter purpose, there are also those who seek to do the former. Those who eventually do become monsters, whose fists exist only to kill. We call this side of Taito the Murderer's Fist. In the end, Master Ryuga challenged Walter as he was preparing to leave the dojo to pursue that path. They fought a duel to the death over it. Master lost. I was the observer for the match. I could do nothing but watch. That's what happened. I've been looking for Walter off and on ever since. I think we'd be here now in Liberal, though. As the hand is she who dwells above at work. Mark my words. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to chew your head off. Or was it here? No, you didn't chew anything, thanks. But you're searching for Walter to get revenge, right? No, like I said, their match was fairly fought. Master knew what could happen when he challenged Walter. There's no revenge to take. What am I looking for? There's something I want to confirm. I really don't get it. Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. Either way, I'm still too inexperienced to find out. Hope I can sharpen myself by grouping with you. Right. One twist or subversion or unexpected turn that works really well. FF7. I know it's a cliche, but it's one of the better twists in gaming. I've said that for years. See, the thing is, pulling off a satisfying twist is actually extremely hard to do. Especially since your audience is going to be variable in how much they pick up on and how much they guesstimate where it's going. Formulaically, there's generally two ways to really pull off a good twist. One is to have what I like to call the untwist, which is a completely wrong terminology, and I shouldn't use that terminology, but it's what it's stuck in my head as. It's the fake twist, right? In other words, you lay all these hints that Bob over there is secretly Barbarella, but then it turns out that twist is something unrelated to that. But because you're being distracted, you didn't notice the hints that were actually there for the real twist. And that's important. The hints need to be there. It needs to be the kind of thing where when you think back, you're like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. It needs to be the kind of thing of when you go through it a second time, you need to know. You need to pick up on it, right? You need to be like, that's why that was happening, or that's what was going on in this scene. It's the magic trick, right? You're paying attention to this hand, so you don't notice the other hand, which is slipping the ball out of his sleeve, right? That's the concept. The other way you can do that kind of a twist is what I call Babylon 5 effect, which is actually extremely similar. And the Babylon 5 effect is when you specifically slant things so they look like they're A, but actually it's B the whole time. Then you reveal additional information further into the work, usually about the 2/3 marker is a good time for that. At which point, once again, on your second playthrough or rewatch or whatever, it's like, oh my gosh, aha, that's what was going on this whole time. That's the concept. Hi, Who Girl. I realize those are both very similar, but it's worth noting both concepts I just mentioned are quite hard to pull off well. Frankly, I would say that there's only maybe a handful of games that manage exactly that. I hesitate to even name them because simply naming games that have the kind of twist can itself be a spoiler. But again, it's a small list. So let's see. We're going to put this towards Killzone, Kirby Block 2, and Alundra. And I'm putting this towards Dealer's Choice. Thank you, Who Girl. Thank you, Ciela. Much obliged. Now, the worst kind of twists, which are also very related to each other. Yes, I did, Master, and I put it towards Midnight, Borderlands 2, and Guild Wars 1. The worst kind of twists, by far, in my opinion, are, one, the twist that has absolutely no hints or build up to it. It's just, oh, by the way, it was the dog. And it was just, what? And those kind of twists are honestly cheap. we talked about the murder mystery novels. Those kind of twists, obviously there was some pushback against that because I was specifically citing mystery novels as a way to do that badly, because that's a real thing that's happened. But no, I do think that's a bad twist in general because I know this is going to sound strange. It serves no point, right? With no build-up and no payoff, all it is surprise! It is the narrative equivalent of a jump scare. It's just there to make you jump out of your seat and be like, oh my god, I can't believe this happened. And that's so shocking. Oh my gosh, no. No, my gosh. Blah, blah. And that's it. Like, it's pointless. The why? Um, and almost in every case, it's done for the explicit purpose of trying to pull one over on the audience. It is literally narrative cheating. It is the desire and intent to try and shock you in a way that you can't prevent, because there is no actual way to predict it coming. Can you name an example, Blade Taval? Anyways, I was asked to talk to Zin a second time. Speaking of the story, not my legs, I think I get what's going on between you and Walter. Yeah, I see. The problem is I can't think of any examples off the top of my head, Blade Taval. Although, you'll have to forgive me today. So, the inflatable mattress finally burst last night. No, not popped. Burst. It was the weirdest sensation. I was on the floor. Like, it had deflated to the point where I was laying on the carpet with inside of, I swear, like a second. So, saw that coming. I've been on inflatables before. They don't last forever. I know how this works. Just, yeah. No, I've got a new one coming, but I might, and as soon when it shows up, I might chop off to go take a nap, because, yeah. Anyways, how does Killik fit into this? It's not my place to say. Killik was Master Yuga's daughter. I think you can fill in the rest yourself now. She'll probably tell you the full story someday. Hi, Estelle. Out for a walk? Uh-huh. You two just watching the clouds? Something like that. Chloe helped me become friends with Sieg. Aw. Oh. Scream. Oh, and Chloe was telling me all about the school festival. You were a knight for the play, right? Kinda, yeah. Actually, a lot of people thought I was cutting in pretty dashing figures tonight. Wish I could have seen you act. You can come to the festival next year, Tika. It's open to the public, after all. Oh, my dad will be back by then. I'll ask Grandpa about it as soon as I get home. Have to get Estelle on stage next year. But she'll be in the third game. Your mom and dad are out of the country working, right? Yeah, they're helping to establish orbital technology in places that don't have it yet. They've been gone for 2 years. That is a long time. I hope they write you letters or something, at least. Oh, yeah, once a month. I read about you last time. And in the reply, they said to give you their regards. Oh, that's sweet. What kind of people are your parents? And they're like me. Mom's a powerful personality, I guess. She and Grandpa end up fighting and wrestling over a lot of stuff. Wrestling? Sounds energetic. Oh, they usually get along really well. Dad says their fighting is just a way they express their love. Uh-huh. What's your dad like then? He's not like Mom at all. He's quiet and reliable, I guess. He was a bracer until about 10 years ago. Like, seriously? Yeah, he told me that he got hurt doing something and became an engineer afterwards. Mom said he was really famous, though. Huh. You sound great. I'd love to meet them when I get back. Scree? Oh, you can come too, Sieg. Scree! Do you know why the wind's nice and gentle on the deck? Isn't it just like that? Oh no, at the speed we're going, the wind should be really strong. We'll be able to hear each other. We'd probably get swept off the deck. Croker, there's a device about aboard an airship to prevent such things. Yep, it's a side effect of the flight field that keeps the ship in the air. An orbital flight agent envelops the ship in a field that counteracts gravity. Also has an anti-inertial effect on anything striking the field. That includes the particles that make up the wind. What are you following under this? I think I understand half of it. Generating a flight field takes a lot of power. You need a really high output orbital engine to create a field at all. So that's why people say it's the engine that determines what an airship can do. Speaking of which, the new engine Professor Russell and everyone's doing for the RSA is supposed to be incredible, isn't it? Uh-huh. Grandpa showed me the spec sheet for it. Its capabilities are way beyond existing engines. Grandpa and the rest of the team at the Central Factory worked really hard on it. I can imagine. Julie will be delighted. Yeah, I bet. Thank you for the sub, Becht. As always. Let's see. Silk Song. Oh, jeez. That's going to be a terrible stream. I can already tell. I can already feel it. Silk Song. Nine Souls and PMP block. FF4 is an interesting one. FF4 arguably doesn't have a twist at all. But what FF4 does have is a fairly common formula for villainy. If you want a villain in the foreground to be more fleshed out or nuanced, or even have the possibilities of redeeming them, then what you generally want to have is you want to have a larger villain in the background who can't, who is just evil. This is actually an extremely common formula. In fact, it's so common, it's easier to name examples where it's not true. But just right off the top of my head, Loghain and the Darkspawn over in Dragon Age Origins. I've talked about this concept before. You want this villain to be in contrast to the background, who is just this horrifically evil thing, so that villains in the foreground can have more layers to them, right? So you, the writer, can do stuff with the villains in the foreground, like Golbez, which you can't do with the villains in the background, like Zemus. Now, if I'm being honest, a lot of that wasn't in the SNES version of that game. The DS version did a lot more with it. Here we are, back in the capital again. Feels pretty good. So we're checking with the guild, huh? The RSA is not here. We've got on a mission or something. Should be in the Leiston Fortress right now. Man, I hope we're gonna go beat the crap out of Amalthea. Sure thing, Loner. So, Loghain was probably two separate characters who were smashed into one. One of them is I said puppies, and the other one's Loghain. Any questions? Get both the masked man and the guy with the sunglasses. Didn't take it seriously. Oh. We're how far into this game, and that we've only been introduced to 3 of the villains' bad guy squads, and neither of them give a crap about us. We haven't even fought either of them, for that matter. Yeah, so Liberal, Erebonia, and Calvard are signing a non-aggression pact. They've been talking about this pretty much the entire game. It'll end war? No. There's no true enforcement mechanism beyond simply being known as the Treaty Breaker, so enforcing it like that would be difficult. It'll still be something of a deterrent, though. And hopefully promote more friendly relationships between ourselves and others. So next weekend at the Royal Villa is when the signing ceremony happens. Media's paying attention, which is to say they might as well have a painted sign on the roof at the villa saying, Ouroboros, please attack us. Yeah, a non-aggression pact is, like, I want to say step 2 of diplomatic relations. Maybe step is the wrong way to convey that. Tier 2? It's really low. It's one of the earliest things you do. with another nation, as far as opening up diplomatic relations with another nation. Is that the army? No, it's a member of the Royal Villa staff. They seem to have lost a child from one of the tourists in their care. Unfortunately, they can't seem to locate her parents. Lost help? Yeah. They asked for aid in locating the parents or guardians. Still some time for our guest from the army is due to arrive. Would you mind taking care of this? Sure. Local problem. Let's do this. So the butler's name is Raymond. Yeah, Niall's friend, the informant. I remember him. He's from your party. Okay. But first... I don't want to take... Okay, fine. I'll take Doofus Face McWorthless. Ah!
Your aid, please! All right!
Whatever. If it's not obvious, no, I do not like Olivier yet. I'm not even sure I ever will. Like, I know that he's been showing signs of being more than just a stupid poofster, but honestly, he's been doing it so much, it's like 99.9% of the time he spends just being irritating. And I don't... I'm not Japanese, I don't find that particularly endearing. Right. Like, I get that that's the trope. Oh, he's so quirky! Isn't it silly? No. The answer is no. We should check the bedroom. That's not a bedroom. I mean, it is, but... She's still trying to become the new tea master. I mean, honestly, if they go that way with it, I will not be surprised at all. Darkrai. I don't know, for the record. Like, if whatever is after Horizons comes up. Big, bad, evil guy. Main villain. You remember I was just 5 seconds ago talking about the more evil person behind everyone else? Yeah, that's Olivier. Duke Doonan is apparently under house arrest. For some reason, so, and the guy's butler keeps showing up, and for some reason, he just buys donuts and comics. It's more to life than donuts and comics, dude, I'm just saying. Not a lot. I mean, in fairness, comics and donuts sounds pretty rad. Where the hell? Oh, that's right. Hi, Triaxia. interesting. Popcorn. I thought you said spoiled potatoes for a second, Magister, and I was about to be very confused by that. Yep, we recently had a coup, but everything's back to normal. Nothing bad is happening. Ever. Oh yeah, the State of Play is today. No, I have no plans of watching it. The last time a State of Play was actually worth a damn for me or for my interests was never. So statistically speaking, there's not a lot of reason to put aside that kind of time for that kind of thing. Sorry, that sounds harsh. I don't mean to sound harsh. Like I said, I'm running on very little sleep right now. So forgive me. Just do that, and we're done upgrading. I mean, that is a good question, Darker. I don't know. Yeah, anything really good will either be PS5 locked or will functionally be coming out the PC. Now, if they announce another remaster, I'm gonna laugh. I'm just gonna laugh because that's. Ugh. I know what you're saying. Go take a nap. Yeah, I don't have a bed, so... Yeah, but we already know about Octopath Zero. It's not news. Woo. Action 3 is expensive as hell to make. Might be worth going for, though. And by might, I mean is 100% worth going for. So that's kind of our goal, looks like. Get lots and lots and lots of black materia. I mean, quartz. Oh, really, Bloodstone? Yeah. That's actually funny. We actually covered that live when it was announced. I know. It didn't go up on the VODs. I usually don't upload those kind of things nowadays. I should be killing stuff. Yeah, someone recently was like, oh my god, look, they're totally doing an Octopath FF6. It's so amazing. I was like, no. That's a mobile game crossover with FF6 and the Octopath mobile game. Oh. Let me tell you. That's deflating.
Done already?
Black, drop black. Ugh. Where are these things? Let's see. Oh, right, the sewers. I want to do that first. I actually legitimately wonder if you could magically make it so that mobile games can no longer have microtransactions at all, of any type, shape, or form. So they're either free end statement, or you pay for them up front. I wonder what that would do to the mobile market. I know, that's basically a fantasy scenario, but it's something I was chewing on recently. Because I have a feeling the mobile market would stabilize a lot if that happened. Because there's still a market for mobile games, right? It would just be a completely different market at that point. I mean, that would be the end of MOBA by definition.
Let me show you the true essence of beauty.
Hey, it hit. I mean, yeah, that exactly. Nah, still no Joshua. Ooh, 28. Yeah, I saw the fishing spot. Yeah, that was a bit of a Hail Mary attempt there, Easel. Just for you, I'll fish, I'll fish. I can spare the rod. Oh my god. Sewers. Sure. Okay, done fishing. Forever. Never doing it again. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, Magister. Either he'll show up at the end of the game and be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I was stupid this entire time. Or, we'll kill him. And that's the direction they're going. One of the two. And Estelle will be, like, recovering from having to kill her lover in the next game.
Nighty-night, kitty cats.
Best fishing minigame? I'm sorry. I find that question funny because I've been asked it 3 separate times recently. Loot this chest and do your worst, but be warned, for you be cursed. No! I have to play more Trails games. Ooh. I don't have the CP to deal with that, so we're just gonna break the dice rolls. Nope, we didn't get anything. Breath of Fire 3 is the answer to your question. For those of you that weren't there for it, Breath of Fire 3 is a bizarrely good and complex fishing minigame. It's, like, completely optional, as I suppose fishing should be. No, don't apologize. I just think it's funny that it's come up recently. Repeatedly. But yeah, Breath of Fire 3. Weirdly good. Multiple positive-worthy good. And if you know anything about how I score minigames, that's pretty rare.
Enjoy the show.
That's a good question, Callisto. I'm sure there is. If I could just think of one. Let's see. Could you give me an example of one? So I know what you're talking about. Arcane is a prestige show. That's not indie at all. By definition, it had tons and tons of weight and finances and backing. It's pretty much the definition of a AAA show. At least as AAA should be applied. Damn. Of course, I haven't heard any of those. Well, I've heard of Hell of a Boss, but I've never seen it. At least I know what you're talking about now. Okay, this sewers is branching way too far. I've already got 3 separate paths to check up on now.
Seems you came up.
there's the thing we're here for. I think. Alright, it's time to show the true power that we embody. Behold! You know what? I've got more where that came from. He has poked his head in. Good morning. Once, where he was entirely too emo, to the point where I jotted down a potential negative for him on the spot. Excuse me, I'm gonna throw cookies at people.
Take that!
Yeah, it was pretty early on. It was like, behold, I am pure evil, and I must go my own way, and do things my own way, and be totally silent and separate, because I'm a threat to everyone and I'm super evil. I think. I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. I mean, okay, I'm lying. Of course I was paying attention, but it was just, God, dude, chill. Yeah, he's going through his teen phase. We get it, we get it. Everyone's been there, it's fine, whatever. You know, he's over, it's not a phase, Dad. Cass is like, sure thing, Joshua. It's not. I'm the angel of death. Yeah, right, whatever. Could you stop summoning ads for 5 seconds, please? Jesus.
Take that!
Jesus, stop screwing with Zin over there. Yeah, they look at Zin like, nom. Yes, I'm giving the game a negative for someone to poke their head in chat. It was like, I'm so emo. Life is pain. Well, you see, though. The actual description of the item says, and I quote, a rock-hard ballistic biscuit. Who baked this thing? It's time to see the true power of the biscuit. I don't know why they decided to do that. I don't even care. Now still are those biscuits. Yes. Yeah, you're supposed to dip the hardtack and stuff. We're just throwing them at people. But yes, I apologize, Evo, if I come across as somewhat tired. My mattress decided to burst last night, so I'm running on not as much sleep as usual. If and when the new mattress shows up, I will probably go in and set it up and then go lay down for a bit.
Savor the victory. We earned it.
Yeah, by the way, for those of you who don't know how this works, inflatables are not built to last. Inflatables are not designed to last. I've been here for 3 months and 2 weeks now.
Enjoy the show.
Frankly, it's shocking it lasted that long. And I'm not joking about that. You open the chest to find hundreds of hissing snakes and immediately close it again. Good thing you already got whatever was in there. Yeah, inflatables are intended to be temporary mattresses for a reason. Yeah, if you have an inflatable that lasts a month, you're honestly doing pretty well. That's not me being facetious, that's just reality. So I can't really complain. Kind of wish it didn't happen in the middle of the night, but, you know... Well, I mean, at the moment, nothing would be the answer to your question, Evo. I've tried sleeping on the floor before. I know full well how bad of an idea that is.
Seems you came up short.
Some people can do that. I cannot. That will cause me a great deal of pain very quickly. Open this just to find a bandanaed man hiding inside. I just realized if I'm gonna have this Yahoo in my party, I was actually give him something worth a damn. Turn him into a mage. Oh man, if we gave negatives for companies and fan bases, holy crap. So yeah, I mean, I could buy a mattress, but I don't feel like spending hundreds of dollars on something that is effectively going to be thrown away as soon as I don't need it anymore. And I don't know is the answer to your second question, Warren. Things are just sort of in the air right now. Worst combination of company and fan base? GTA 5. No, think about it. You've got 2K Games, which are one of the worst companies out there. And then you've got the GTA 5, mostly the GTA Online player base. I'd rather not share push-ups. Especially since I've already bought it. Again, it's the same mattress. The best part? There's a non-zero chance I'm going to just toss the second one, too. Not a lot of use for a used inflatable. Oh, God. I wasn't even going to go into, like, the true direct, but I meant more, like, in the range of real games. I mean, ostensibly, it should be arriving within the next few hours. We'll see how much that actually happens. Someone actually posited the idea of me reviewing Genshin Impact. No.
Oh, are we done already?
I mean, I can list plenty of reasons why, but honestly, I have a built-in rule that already pretty much mandates no. No mobage. And yes, I'm well aware of the fact that it's on PC. That doesn't stop it from being mobage. The devil. I just got a notification that the mattress just got shipped. Yeah, mobage is a plague, to be very clear. I have no capacity to try and touch that up with flowery language right now. Mobage is a plague. End communication. Where is this exactly? Airbase Scenic Route. And yeah, Diablo Immortal is also vetoed for the exact same reason. Automatically vetoed. I don't even have to make a separate rule for it. Yeah, if it's not obvious, I'm pretty low on energy. Yep, that's for that. It's okay. Thank God this is actually a low-key game instead of like the first game. Which, ugh. I was playing the first game right now. Xenogears or Chrono Cross. This would be much less unpleasant. Much less pleasant. Is this the right way? Yes, it is. Hi, cinematic. I mean, I suppose that's true of Light to Fall, but I don't feel the need to clarify. Surprisingly decent cinematic. Might even be a net positive gameplay by the end, who knows? We'll see. I have to remind myself we're only in chapter 3 of 8. So, there's plenty of opportunities for this game to start falling apart.
Seems you came up short.
I go, none of these things are dropping black material. You know, the one thing I could actually really use right now.
Are we done already?
Yeah, long games tend to sunshine pretty hard. Not just like in when exactly the sunshine point hits, but how much they nosedive.
Oh, are we done already?
Oh, we'll finish it this year. We'll finish it in a couple of weeks once all this stuff. And for all intents and purposes, we're almost at the halfway point of the entire blog. If not more than that. The third game is substantially shorter than the first and second. This is the long one right here. Well, I'm actually making pretty good progress on it, despite the fact that I'm going out of my way to fight trash.
Nighty night.
Yeah, when did goon change terminology? I missed that.
Oh, are we done all?
Like, I know what a goon is. It's some thug who's like, ah, I'm your goon, right? It's Batman fights the Joker's goons. When did that change to being someone who likes porn? I know language is weird, but where the hell did that one come from?
Enjoy the show.
Yeah, hired goons is a pretty old phrase.
Nighty night.
Yeah, I've only started hearing that one pretty recently. Ooh, nice. Wear good shoes and you'll never see defeat. That's for you, Eva. Something... I'm not even sure what it is. I know it's porn related. I'm just not sure of the specifics. I already have Defense 3. Damn. Oh, shoot. Whatever. Aw, Eva didn't hear my pun. I'm sad.
Enjoy the show.
So, the pun is, and I quote, wear good shoes and you'll never see defeat. I mean, good shoes are actually a legitimately good rule to live by. But, good mattress, too. This isn't what I'd call a comprehensive list, but the old standby I've run by for years at this point is shoes, mattress, and toilet paper are the three things you do not skimp on financially.
Savor the victory. We earned it.
Ooh, Deathblow 2. Nice. The chest unleashes a poison gas trap. At least it would if it could, because you looted already. And it hates you now. But you exist for me to loot, Sherry. It is your purpose. I don't know, he's doing something to get stronger. I can't tell what he's doing exactly. Yeah. Yep, need to stop the large 6 monsters in the area. Cool. I like how I gained CP from that. I know that's not the first time I've commented on that, but that's still funny to me. Funny, these things have high physical defense. She still hits pretty hard. Of course she does. I mean, he's a martial artist who has an aura cannon who can pummel someone with his fist primarily. Has a complicated relationship with his martial artist master, who had another student who decided to go down the route of evil and kill said master. I know. It's not an FF6 thing. It's just a martial arts thing. Everything I just mentioned is a very common trope. The reason I keep calling Walter Akuma is because that exact same pattern is repeated over in Street Fighter, as part of Ryu and Ken's backstory.
We're good to go!
Like, it's actually a major element of the lore of Street Fighter that I forget what it's called. Their name for martial arts, the thing that Ryu practices, is very, very dangerous to wield because it can tap into evil energy and draw out your own evil side if you're not careful with it. Ryu has had several character arcs over the course of the Street Fighter games where he gives into his evil side, but then fights back against the evil side, but then gives into it again, and so forth and so on. Akuma, who is usually listed as the most powerful individual in Street Fighter canon, is the guy who gave in completely and actually murdered. He's the one who's the Walter equivalent. He murdered Fei Long, I think his name was, the master, the mentor. He went crazy with power. Yeah, Evil Ryu is literally a separate character. We don't get into that. Ken's just there. Like, they've tried very hard to give Ken a character arc distinct from Ryu, which is funny because he really was just a I forget what the professional term is for that. A mirror character. He was Ryu too.
Savor the victory.
There's a term for that in fighting community, where there's a character who's just a slight variance of another character. No, not a swap, because there is a variance. His moves are slightly different. Nah, it's a gameplay thing, Evo. I don't remember what it's called. There's a lot of random terms in fighting game lingo. I don't remember all of it, because I haven't been a part of that scene for a long time. But yeah, he's a Luigi. He's a Luigi. He is slightly different, but otherwise basically the same thing. And, like, story-wise, Ken is just kind of there, right? Like, he's some asshole from America who happened to be, like, really, really good at fighting, and he's got his girlfriend, and that's about as much of his character that I remember. He's from the United States, he's an asshole, and he has a girlfriend. That's his character. Meanwhile, Bison... Bison taps into magic power so powerful it actually bleeds off his body. So he needs to keep body hopping in order to find a new body to sustain himself, because he keeps burning through them. And he's actually invented devices to increase his power even more. Because, you know, why not? Hello, cat. There was push-ups. Oh god, Mortal Kombat's lore is a thing. So, the villa is open and with people because this is a tourist spot. Oh man, Raul Julia was great. He wasn't Bison, but he was great. So what do you think? Are the pigeons going poo poo? Or are they going coo coo? What's really funny is in the backstory, Bison didn't start off all that awful of a person, but he wanted power. And the thing is, and I know this is going to sound shocking, but evil power requires you to be evil to use it. Otherwise, you literally can't use it. You're incompatible. So he had to actually become a more horrible person to wield it. It's called the Psycho Drive. He had to become a more evil person to wield the Psycho Drive. Sure. Where's it been for a minute? Where'd she have gone? Hello. We're here. Hi, Raymond. Everyone hates Raymond. Well, you're grateful for what you did at the villa. I take it you're the team that Ellen said would be coming. Yeah, that's right. Is everything okay? Though you seem kind of troubled. That's about the lost child, actually. She's, how to put this? Lost again. She told me, let's play hide and seek, and just vanished. I've been looking for her ever since. Yeah, we'll help you find the kid. Ugh, okay, white, frilly dress, black hair ribbon. You didn't find her name. She wouldn't tell me. Every time I asked, she just said it's a secret. Oh, it's Ren from earlier, isn't it? She's precocious and whimsical. I got the distinct impression she was enjoying toying with the adults around her. Prank-loving kitten. Don't do that, Olivia. We'll search the entire building, including the courtyard. Perfect for a game of kitten and mouse. Okay, let's hunt down the kitten. Child. White dress, black ribbon. Pure evil. As all cats are. Just being here makes me feel like becoming a prince. Aw. Chaos is evil, Luke. Chaos must be flattened out so that everything is neat and tidy. We must have order. Sorry. Yeah. Wake up. Only order is good, and we must kill the chaos. Exactly, Master. Not My Little Pony. Not that you would know, but it's true. As the saying goes, order can be good. Oh, it's you. Ugh, okay. What? Stop looking at me. Just stop, please. I don't understand. Please stop looking at me. He's late. Too late, I say. Curse you, Philip. How much time does it take to purchase a magazine and some donuts? How long does he intend to keep me? Hey. You! Oh, I didn't see this no. Didn't I see this noble in the castle during the coup? This is where you've been, Duke Donan. I was just saying, we kind of killed this guy. In the face, one shot, if you remember, with an S-craft, completely blew it on him, and it was completely worth it. Have you no shame, you brigand? Because of you. All because of you. I have been forced into this life of shame, house arrest of all things. I don't really think it's fair to say it's our fault. You're the one who bought into Colonel Richard's plan, you know. You should probably count yourself lucky it's only house arrest, considering you tried to usurp the throne. There are much worse things we could do to you, like chopping off your balls to make sure that you are no longer a legal candidate for the crown. If you'd like, we could still do that. With this Arabonia, your nobility would only serve to speed you to the gallows. Yeah, thank you. We could also kill you to make sure you're not a threat to the crown. So your choice. We'll take your neck or your balls. I confess, imprisoning Her Majesty was out of line, perhaps. Richard may have suggested it, but I should have gainsaid him. See, I should admit you were wrong about the whole deal. That's pretty humble coming from you. Do not misunderstand me. I love and respect Her Majesty. As both a ruler and an aunt, she's utterly above reproach. But to consider naming a little girl like Claudia as her successor is simply madness. Unacceptable insanity. Chloe's smart, studious, kind, and merciful. She got all kinds of virtues that attract people to her. Where do you get off in calling her a little girl? This is not my point. It may well be she's possessed of incredible potential, yes. But does she really possess the mindset required to become the next queen? Claudia's always seemed allergic to attending public ceremonies. I am far better known amongst the citizenry, while she remains a veritable ghost. She has not once publicly demonstrated she is ready to stand above the others. But from what I understand, she's hiding her true identity and living as a student. As if that weren't enough, she wastes her time at some backwater orphanage. She should be presiding over the common rabble at ceremonies, not wallowing in the mud with them. So I'm going to repeat your choice here. Balls or neck? You can also take balls. If that's your preference. That is the purpose of nobility. To stand above all other men in lordship. Could you please kill him again? Just a quick killing, really. Just, I don't know much about the purpose of abilities, so you might have a point. Of course I do. I can't say this. Chloe's trying hardest to figure out what she wants to be. It's helping us out in the midst of her own problems. And she's sure as hell doing a lot more than some dude sitting around doing nothing because he's under house arrest. What? You dare? You can judge whether Chloe can be a queen once she's found her answer. I bet even you'll accept her then. Why are we being nice to this guy? I will deal with this no further. Be gone. Is a girl in a white dress come by here? No, no little girls have come by. Be gone. Yeah, sure, enjoy your donuts or whatever. Ugh. This dude. No, no, no. We're not going to torture him. We're just going to take his balls. We'll even sedate him first. Up with his libido. He's acting like he's the most innocent person in the world while insulting Chloe at the same time. When did he get so worked up? As much as I hate to admit it, he was approaching something like a point, I think. Was he? I mean... Look, I'm just not a big torture person, but involved this time. So let's just rip his head off. I'll do it myself. Here, hang on. Hold still. You gotta really wrench it. It's not the spine that's the hard part. It's tearing the muscle. Ugh, there we go. Okay. Ripped his head off. Ugh. People who stand above others, people who lead, can't afford to show hesitation. That is an interesting misconception. The strong leader archetype is honestly a poison to all of human society. I'm just going to say that. Like, seriously, that affects HOAs, that affects companies, that affects countries, that affects cities, that affects projects, like movies or games or shows, where you need to have a strong leader who has absolutely no idea what they're doing. But they're strong, no hesitation, no backing down. Rah. Dumb. They can never let their doubts show and must always display an air of confidence to the eyes of the people. Strong! And it has to be a monarch. All monarchies are good. No one knows what she needs to, regardless of what that man may say. Just need to give her time to find her own answer. Anyways, moving on. Let's never acknowledge this ever again. Oh no, it's Walter! A senator in the Republic's Congress. I know, Mook. It's sort of pathetic. Bending over in your current outfit may not be wise, Estelle. Your unmentionables are now quite mentionable. Excuse me? He's right, Estelle. You're wearing a skirt, remember? Right. Wait. Oh my god, she is. She used to have shorts on. She downgraded from shorts to skirt. I mean, she specifically said she put on this outfit for Joshua's sake, but, like, you have to go rescue him first, girl. Then put on the skirt. The Republic sure has some nice pottery. I can spot their quality in Aragaway. It's an Imperial pot, sis. It's written right on the label. All I have to do is read it. I'll talk about eye-roll inducing. Look, I of all people understand people's desire to look better. And frankly, people can wear whatever the hell they want to. So, you know, no judgment. It's just, I liked the shorts. I thought they looked cool. Also, skirt plus shorts, that's even better. Because then you kind of get the benefits of both. Yeah, or shorts that are made to look like a skirt. Exactly. Like, I don't know. Don't get me fashioning. You don't want the fashion runner. Nobody wants the fashion runner. That's true, R-Spruce. And I even get the reference. Oh, hey, it's the Duke. Hey, what's up? Look, if a woman really wants to have breasts the size of watermelons, that's her business, not mine. The only question for me is if that's actually what she wants. If she does, it's not my place to judge. The problem in fiction is that's usually not drawn that way by someone. Like, the problem in fiction is that character doesn't exist. Someone designed her to have those giant breasts. So... it's a little less cut and dry. This might be one of the only times I've been tempted to look up a walkthrough for something as basic as hide and seek. Don't. Yeah, to use this very series as an example, I'm sure most of the women who are large-chested in this series aren't implanted. They're just, you know, large-chested. It's anime. Not that I'm aware of push-ups, no. Where'd you get that from? What you can't see happening is I'm also mashing the interact button, just in case I miss a pop-up. So I'm just sitting here mashing interact as I just run over everywhere. This is silly. Yeah, alright, negative to gameplay. Where is it? This is dumb. Oh my god. I would never have gotten that. That's actually deceiving. That's misleading. To be clear, the guy who asked us to find her is right there. And you can interact with him, and he says, nope, I haven't found her. So everything about this room has signaled, has signposted to the player that this room is just for interacting with him. If you decide to interact with anything else in the room, like I did, you will find nothing. So the game is telling you she's not here, and that's where she is. In fact, even knowing where she was, it still took me a second to actually find the spot, because it was that far on the corner. Oh, God, that's... And this is MSQ, by the way. But this isn't some silly side quest. Aren't you the girl we met in Airletton? That might be you, Ren. Hello, miss. I'm happy you remembered me. Ren, yes, Ren. Goodness, I wasn't expecting her to be an acquaintance of yours. Your name's Ren, right? That's right. Sorry for keeping it a secret, mister. Don't worry. But Ren, why'd you run off and play hide and seek like that? I was worried. Because I'd heard Miss Estelle was coming. I want to play hide and seek with her, so I worked really hard to find a nice hiding spot. Well, okay. It's kind of incredible you knew it was us coming, though. You said you bracers, right? I heard some bracers would be coming. Well, we are, but we're not the only bracers in the world, you know. It could have been someone else. But I believed. I knew you'd be the ones who came. And dropped my controller. There we go. Sorry, cat. What? My controller is not food. Here, look, see? Not food. See? I guess I can't argue with that logic. Yeah, no, that's bad. That's weirdly bad. Where'd your mother and father go? Why are you playing all alone? Ah, miss, your clothes are funny. Did you get cold with your belly out like that? You get used to it. It's very good. That's not the point about your parents. Your skin is so dark. You're from the south across the sea, right? Are you really okay with how cold it gets there? I travel all over the places I perform with the circus, so yes. I'm fine with heat or cold. More to the point. Do you mind telling us what happened to your parents, Ren? Okay. Where did Papa and Mama go? I'm not so sure either. Wait, you don't know? Not at all. I came here with Mama and Papa to play. But after lunch, Papa gave me a real serious look and said, Ren, Papa has something important to do, so he and Mama have to say goodbye for now. But don't worry, once it's done, we'll come and get you. Be a good girl till Papa comes back, alright? What the hell? I'm already 11, so I said, I'll be good, Papa. After that, Papa and Mama left. That was quite a bit worse than I imagined it would be. So I wasn't expecting something like that. Yeah, this isn't the world of Pokemon. You can't just leave a 10-year-old off to their own devices. Seems a bit beyond just finding her parents at this point. Tell me about it. Sure, do you think we should? You don't even need to ask. I never leave her like this. Don't worry, Raymond. We'll take care of this girl for now. Ren, you want to visit the Capitalist Bracer Guild with us? I bet we'll be able to find your Papa and Mama easy peasy. Really? But Papa and Mama said they had something important to do and to wait here. It's okay, we'll definitely find them. Trust in Mrs. Estelle, okay? Okay then, I'll go with you. Thank you, Mrs. Estelle. You can leave this to us. Back to the guild house. Is she an escort? Yeah.
They messed with the wrong guy.
Oh, are we done already?
I don't know, I've been chewing on something for a minute now, Blade Taval. Here's your thoughts. I don't view Zemus as a twist, do you? What, like in third person move?
Savor the victory. We earned it.
Yes.
Enjoy the show.
Interesting. Wonder why. Because I noticed you don't do an entire scene introducing a character if they're not significant. That's why I remember her name from that little scene back at the gate. Oh, hey, it's Philip. Mrs. Stell, it's been some time since last we met. Have you been to the villa recently? Yeah, we talked to your boss. Could you kill him in his sleep for us, please? Yes, I will do exactly that. We encountered him, all right. From your expression, I take it he said something thoughtless to you once again. This is Retainer, you have my utmost apologies. You know, you keep apologizing for him and keep saying you're a failure, and you keep not doing better. Anyone can make a mistake, but when you repeat the mistake, that's when it becomes an error. So I guess we'll have to kill the butler, too. Well, don't worry, I'll make it quick. He just said your kindness does you credit. Guess his job's even harder now. He's been taking care of Doonan since Doonan was young, right? You really shouldn't underestimate him. Even I can tell he's not just any old guy. What do you mean? Well, you know, like how he can walk with his eyes closed. I'm sure I couldn't do that. I think they're just narrowed and red, not closed. I mean, you notice how he opens his eyes when he's surprised, right? Really? I didn't. I want to see. Maybe I can get a good look if I surprise him next time. Yeah. Sir, I've decided to stop wiping your ass. But how will I go how will I recover from going to the bathroom? Well, I hear Calvert has this new thing where they wash water up your butt. That sounds terrible. I love it. Get me 12 of them. Your Highness, you don't need more than one. Nope, I need 12. Right away, please. Make sure they're all chocolate. You want chocolate shoved up your butt? Yes! Okay.
Savor the victory.
Sure. It's okay, I have this chocolate closet here. Okay, let's get back to the guild. Need to talk to Elman about Ren. Very important, yes, but the army should be sending their contact soon. You didn't forget, of course. Oh. What's wrong? You said you were going to show me to this guild place, right? Milady, please lend me your hand. I, Olivier Lenheim, shall have the honor of escorting you. Open world. What was it? There was a game recently where someone was describing a game as open world, and it made me tilt my head like, that's open world? Oh, come on, this is really recent. Whatever. I'd rather Mrs. Stell show me. My disappointments are ceaseless. Sorry, Olivier, no luck. Come on, Ren, I'll show you the Bracer Guild. Yay! That does get into an interesting question, like what defines an open. And, you know, I hate definition arguments. I'm sorry, no, this is going to bother me. Borderlands 4. That's the one. They were listing Borderlands 4 as an open world game. And I remember looking at that and being confused because haven't the Borderlands games always been open world? Like, at least since 2. right? Like they have all the hallmarks of what you typically think of as one. So what's so different about 4 exactly? Now, granted, maybe they changed the overworld, but as we've talked about before, overworld is an open world can be a part of an overworld design, but overworld design is actually pretty universal. Zelda games have overworlds, Metroid games have overworlds, right? Like there's the overworld design concept is just the connective tissue in between main content. That's what the overworld means. Ugh. So they got rid of the zone lines, but that doesn't change anything. They're still zones, you know? Like, I mean, okay. In World of Warcraft, I could walk straight from Westfall to Red Ridge Mountains without any loading screens, but that doesn't really change the zone design of the zones on the way any more than say over an FF14, where there's a loading screen each individual zone. But again, that doesn't change anything. The fact that there's a loading screen doesn't do anything. It doesn't affect anything. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't alter anything. It's still zones with zone design. So it's still an open world in terms of overall design. Huh. Sorry, I'm not arguing against you, Van Falkenstein. I apologize. I remember seeing that whole discussion about that and being very confused about why that was being pitched in such a way and wondering if that was just marketing speak or not. Because let's be honest, open world was a big back of the box feature for a while there. You remember that, right? When I was like, open world was like a feature, something people were like, yes, oh my god, it's such and such. But now it's open world. And of course, as usual, ProZD has done a sketch about this. If I could quote myself for a second here, let's get some music going. One of the biggest reasons why I tend to have I tend to be so harsh about traversal is because a lot of games have an overworld which is just irritating to traverse. If you make a big open expanse, whether it's a classic 2D RPG overworld or a giant ass zone like FF11 or a giant seamless area like Just Cause 2, if you don't do something to make getting from point A to point B fun, then all you've done is create a commute, right? You've made the game worse, not better. It's something I was very fond of. I'll use a specific example in the PS4 Spider-Man game, where they did actually have fast travel, first of all, so credit on that front, but they also made getting from point A to point B actually fun to do, to the point where I ended up doing it more than the fast travel because it was enjoyable. World of Warcraft invented dragon flying, and dragon flying is fun. And while I usually have other faster options, half the time I will just fly to my destination because it's fun to do. You need Grand Theft Auto 5 put a lot of vehicles and a lot of very well designed driving areas with stuff you can actually do during those driving areas to make driving from point A to point B fun. That's traversal, right? What the hell does Borderlands 4 do? Walking? Or vehicles that travel or control terribly? I'm being a little facetious, but like every other Borderlands game has just had crappy vehicles or walking. Sorry, rant off. And there's Shenmue. Oh god. Hello again, Miss Bright. We seem to be running into each other quite a bit these days. Hello there, Colonel Sid. Cassius sent you to help us. That makes sense. You came from Lyston, I'm guessing. That's right, I just arrived here a little while ago on a number of patrol ships. I apologize for the wait. It's okay. We actually had a little job of our own to take care of. Speaking of, would that young lady be? Oh, yes, she is. Some stuff went down, so we had to bring her along. Ren, we've got some things we need to talk about with the Army Man. Can you go wait on the second floor? Oh, is this work stuff? Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess I don't mind. You're just like Papa. It's always work, work, work. I don't really like that very much. Ren, right? You want to talk for a little while? I want to get to know you. With you? Well, okay. I guess we could. I'll be on the second floor. Saved by the Tita. The report on the situation can wait for now. Let's hear our Colonel Sid first. Thank you, I'm in a hurry. Myself. This is an official request from the Royal Army. There's a series of incidents we want you to investigate. That's the way you say that make me shiver a bit. You're aware of the non-aggression pact, yes. I'm afraid threatening letters have been delivered to all parties involved in the signing. Of course they have. Do you know how many special interest groups don't want a non-aggression pact between the nations? Come on. God, Inquisition. Oh, sorry. Oh, that was like a really visceral reaction to that memory. Oh, man. Might be... It's at the least in the running for one of the worst implementations of open world I've ever seen. Like, there's assuredly worse out there. I just, that immediately made me go, oh. No, that's Dragon Age 3, the one we've already covered thoroughly. Dragon Age 4, I think, actually walked away from open world, which was the first... This is not actually a joke, and I'm not being facetious, this isn't a gag. One of the first bits of good news I got about the development of Dragon Age 4 was that they were walking away from the open world concept. Oh, is someone threatening the treaty? That's not good at all. What did the letter say exactly? To all parties involved in the non-aggression pact, immediately back down from this act of deceit and false compromise. Should not, a great disaster will be visited upon you. What in the... That's not very open to interpretation, is it? I'm telling you, it's a back-of-the-box thing, Mr. Red. Hang on, let me finish this cutscene. As you may have noticed, there's no name or any other indication of sender. Normally I'd dismiss it as a prank. However, something about this situation makes you believe it's more than a bad joke. Yes, it's the volume of letters sent. First arrived at Leiston. Copies were sent to the airship company, Kransel Cathedral, Hotel Roenbaum, and the Liberal News Service. Then, copies arrived at the Arbonian and Calvert embassies, at the Airbay Royal Villa, and Grancel Castle itself. 9 letters in total. It's a lot of work for a prank in poor taste. I can see why the army would start to get concerned. It's strange, though. The airship company, Liberal News, and even the Hotel and Cathedral. None of them have anything to do with the signing, do they? They're not totally unrelated, to be honest. The airship company shall be sending out charter vessels to ferry the Imperial and Republican officials here. They will, of course, be staying at the Roenbaum. And the church, specifically the Archbishop Current of the Cathedral, has been asked to be an observer. And the Liberal News has been preparing a special report on the pacts for weeks. Hey. For those of you who are there for the Dragon Age Inquisition run. So they are connected somehow. Do you have any idea who's behind it? It'll be difficult to answer. This is an international matter, meaning anyone from Liberal, Arabonia, or Calvert could be responsible. It's the Warhawks of the Empire, or the Republic for starters. Could even be someone from another country who isn't entirely happy to see all 3 countries working together. Spell. Of course, there's plenty of suspects in Liberal as well, like Tsar! We can't forget the obvious answer, the Society. So we'll be investigating, Colonel. Right then, the mission. We'd like for you to investigate all locations that have received the letters. See if anyone has any further leads. Minus Leiston and Urbay, that is. We'll handle those. The other 7 locations are yours. Airship Company, Grancel Cathedral, Hotel Roenbaum, Liberal News, Erebonian Embassy, Calvert Embassy, Grancel Council. That's a lot of walking. More to the point, ununiformed soldiers acting around would attract a great deal of attention. If you lack an intelligence division, it would make sense to ask the Guild to help investigate. Embarrassing as the situation is, but you're exactly right. Without a functional ID, we're very limited in what we can do. However, the new general plan from the top brass is to have the Guild help us with as many tasks as possible. This is simply one case of that. Not really, things a heap, Dad. Now, take it as a sign of Cassius's faith in us. I must admit it was my request to ask for you, however. I'm placed in charge of the defense of the capital until the signing ceremony. I'd like as much information as possible. Can I ask you to take the job? Sure. What's your report on the situation? Alright, hang on. Yes, an abandoned child is a problem you can't simply ignore. How would anyone do such a thing? It's kind of freaking me out, too. I actually met her parents once briefly. They seemed a really thoughtful, loving couple. They adore Ren from what I saw. I have to think something really, really serious happened to make them leave her. They may have gotten entangled in something and wanted to keep their child out of it. I do see an opportunity to kill two birds with one stone, however. Ren and her parents are foreigners, remember? They'll need to inquire at the hotel and embassy regardless. I'll put out a general alert to the army post to look for her parents as well. To look for her armies. She has so many of them. We prefer to avoid telephones to avoid risk of interception. You'll find me at the villa. Sorry for the extra help. Could I ask you to bring the final report in person? Sure. It's okay, we're gonna have shopping. What? Sorry, Estelle. Ren really wanted to visit the department store. That's not how I remember things, Tita. As I recall, you were the one who said you wanted to look at all the stuffed animals. Ren. I know you're bored, Ren, but since I'm not sure about when we'll find something about your parents, I'd like for you to wait here. Oh, come on, that's not fair. Double doe-eye stares? I don't see a problem, Estelle. If Tita's with her, it should be safe enough. Yeah, she's got a frickin' rocket launcher. And a minigun. Bye, Ren and Tita. Yeah, she had a Snickers push-ups. It's easy to become friends at that age. Man, youth. I feel all old now. You're 16! How's that combination send a chill of doom down my spine? Tita's kind of easy to push around, though. I got the feeling Ren might want to track her into all kinds of stuff. That might be a good point. Did you find any names of Ren's parents? Piccola insisted asking, but she eventually gave them. Her father's a trader from Crossbell. Harold and Sophia Hayworth are their names. Got it. Oh my god. The cutscene doesn't end. So, I don't disagree with Blateville that the Dragon Age Inquisition stream was not a very good stream. But it was a really good review. It was interesting to dig into things in certain ways and really kind of tear apart the nature of open world design, quest flow, and all kinds of other things about it, which just really highlighted how much that game really, really sucked. Outside of the MSQ. The MSQ had a few issues, but the MSQ was fine. But then there was just all this other stuff that was so tacked on, is the word I want to use. Which makes sense, it literally was. But you could tell, you could actually analyze and break down how they had just kind of crudely grafted quests onto areas and quest objectives onto areas without any kind of thought put into it. I talk a lot about flow, but as we discussed extensively during the WoW review, there's two major thought processes when it comes to quest flow in an open area, in a zone. One is the flower, where you get all the quests, zoom out to like the nearby stuff around the flower, turn back in at the flower, and then repeat, right? Then there's the roller coaster, which is you get a quest here that leads you here, which leads you here, which leads you here, and so forth and so on. This is more like what modern WoW does, for example. So you have this this path you go through the zone, and it's a guided path designed based on whatever it is the designers want you to experience in what order. Dragon Age Inquisition had neither of those in its open world, in its side zones. Yeah, I've been pretty happy about it too, Easel. There it is. Sorry, my voice is slowly giving out. I'm not actually sure why. I ate, I drank, I just haven't slept. Jimmy's here. Although I am getting... I should grab some water. I'm going to go forge water. I'll be right back. And then I'll look at what Mr. Red asked, because I didn't see the question. I'll be right back. Could also be just my immune system is busy fighting something off and is not doing as well, thanks to lack of rest. Alright. Next. When I write a first draft, do I write events in chronological order? Do I write events as they're presented in the story? For instance, if aliens invade and that happens before the story, do I write that down before the story? So I usually I write stuff down in chronological order because my mind is very organized in terms of how I structure things. For example, one of the first things I wrote down for, say, Art Diablo was the creation of the planar existence of the fabric, something that hasn't even been shown in the Art Diablo series yet at all. Then I started talking about Sanctuary and how it was designed and the angels and hell and heaven and all that fun stuff. Basically lining up the history before I ever get to the point of covering the actual events that happen on camera. Yes, how can we help you? We're here with the Bracer Guild. Oh, excellent. Waste no time. Yes, I'm ready for your quest. There's something off here. This is the airship gallery, right? I mentioned that something's missing. There's a portion of the Arcea on the wall. I do remember seeing that picture. How could I forget? I saw the portrait myself while touring the capital. Guess we know why they call this now. The portrait of the Arcea was stolen, wasn't it? Precisely that. It was there this morning, but around noon or so I noticed it was gone. The card was on the wall in its place. Oh, God damn it! No! Not this asshole again. Okay. Hang on, let's just immediately look up a walkthrough, because I know these quests are dumb. Yeah, don't get started with the subatomic, as the saying goes. Okay. Where's the stupid side quest? Here we go. Missing exhibit. Found it. Well, I should read the newspaper while we're here, since there's a new issue. And here it is, Chapter 3. The earthquakes plaguing Zeiss have finally ended, it seems. The Wolfport incident mentioned in our previous edition was only the beginning. The city of Zeiss, Sanctheim Gate, and Leisten Fortress were all hit by quakes as well, causing distress in the region. However, not long after the earthquake in Leisten Fortress, a declaration of safety was issued by the Central Factory's chief, Murdoch. Some concern was expressed at the statement, but as a practical matter, there have been no earthquakes since. How such a declaration of safety is possible was explained by Chief Murdoch. We determined the earthquakes were being caused by special circumstances, he clarified. These quakes, it seems, were caused by underground septium veins, and after analysis, it was possible to state accurately when they ended. The declaration also emphasized disaster preparedness for future incidents, however. Meanwhile, a new model engine was finally completed. The new model Orbital engine from the Central Factory is at last completed and has been presented to the press. This engine was specifically designed for the cruiser Arcea and has a higher output, as well as streamlined maintenance for field repairs. The new engine will increase the RCA's cruising speed to 3,200 sail per hour, over 4 times that of an airliner, making it the fastest ship in the world. Samples of the new model engines referred to in our previous article are to be presented to both the Empire and Republic as tokens of peace represented in this pact. These engines are said to be the key to next-generation flight, and such technological exchange is the promise made to those who promise to uphold the harmony between nations. Much is expected from Liberal's ace in negotiations. The earthquake struck Zeiss region, in the earthquake-struck Zeiss region, even Elmo Village felt the wrath of nature. Following a quake, their hot springs began boiling. The phenomenon ceased after a few hours, but it's thought of to be related to some sort of underground abnormality. After investigating, the Bracer Guild issued a statement that it was temporary with no likelihood of recurrence. A possible connection to the quakes will be investigated by the Central Factory at a later date. But speaking of side quests... Hang on. Where the hell am I? Here we go. Found the quest. God, okay. O beauteous princess and her loyal companions, the image of the proud white falcon has fallen into my hands. Seek it, then answer my challenge. First key is the residence of the Aged General. Search the Onlooker of Time. They're not as bad, Easel. They're worse. No, I'm kidding. Hello. Why, of course, I couldn't even imagine it would be anything else. Naturally, all I have to go is go into the house next to the cathedral. Go upstairs. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe downstairs? Shoot. I guess residence of the Aged General does get it across. However, I'm not sure how you're supposed to know where General Morgan's house is. Oh, there. I didn't even see that. Sorry, Maze. I didn't remember that General Morgan lives here. I apologize. I will whip myself 12 times in shame. The second key is in the city. Seek the symbol perched on the ground. I think something like that was in this house. Well, this is the guide to harm people who aren't involved in this weird plans. Don't worry. Best to close up tight at night, just in case there's any more mischief. Yeah, it's gonna keep him out. Frickin' turbo thieves, am I right? Okay, so naturally, the symbol on the ground has to refer to South Grand Cell. Duh. Is non-aggression pact some kind of medicine? Well... White Falcon symbol seems very suspect to me. It is the symbol of the barrel. A bird flying through its trails in the sky. Third key is in the foreign mass. Examine the will of the Blue Knight. Okay. It says the foreign man, so I don't think the Royal Guard makes sense. More than anything else, it would be beautiful. So we should try something else. So yeah, this one... Yeah, I could see myself piecing together both of those puzzles we just saw. If I remember where General Morgan's place was, which of course I do not. So we're supposed to go to the... oh, no, no! Yeah! Oh, I went to the wrong place. Olivier, where the hell have you been? Places? What's wrong? What's wrong, he says. You've been totally incommunicado since you went to Elmo. Major Vander's about to throw you out a window. I wish this launched me like a love rocket. Adorable. Olivier, do you seriously forget to tell Mueller and the embassy you're with us? When wandering the roads hunting for love, one must be discreet and secretive. Well, Bergen, may we enter? I can't say no to you, but who's with you? Oh, we're from the Bracers Guild. We'd like to ask the ambassador a few things, if that's okay. We thought we'd try having Olivier introduce us. Oh, okay. I can let you in, but Ambassador Cranog, Lord Ambassador Cranog, and Major Vander are out at the moment. Oh, pity. What should we do? We can wait inside. We could, but we're kind of burning daylight here. I'd like to visit some of the other places while we wait. Let's visit Calvert first. Really, Easel? Oh, ho, ho. That's good to know. Ah! Huh? Zin, holy crap. Wasting time in Liberalville again, huh? Something like that. Thought I'd say hello to Elsa, and I have something else to ask her about. Jean? I haven't seen her leave, so I guess she's around. Who's with you? Gotta ask, in all policy. They're helping with guild work. I'm gonna introduce them to Elsa. Okay. If they're with you, Zin, I guess I could let them in. Welcome to the embassy. Keep in mind this is Calvert soil. Calvert and Liberal are friends, but keep your nose clean, huh? My heart is assaulted with arrows. How little trust you have in me. Yeah, shut up. Magnificent. The Calvarian Embassy. Didn't expect to be quite so fancy. It's a bit exotic as well. I like it. It's very French. Quite a few people from even farther east have settled in Calvert, you know. They've had an impact on our culture, too. Anyways, furthest room, second floor. Up the stairs. But not all the way up the stairs. There it is. Oh my god. And we have to pick the specific chapter? Oh my god. Oh my god. So you have to know it's at the embassy, which isn't that esoteric, because it says that. But then you have to know to find the books, and then you have to know which chapter it is. Or just go through all of them one by one. Oh, wow. That's great. Good morning, Brigwin. The door's already been opened. Join the Dance of the Valorous. Well, look what I found. Oh, I get it, because this is technically considered Republican territory. It's absolutely a foreign mount. The Blue Knight's a character from the novel, I think. Jeez, he sure is detail-oriented. I get the feeling this next one's the last one. Is that Hulk of a man over there Zin? I don't even need to see your face to know. Hey, are you seriously going to judge based on my body size? I think you were a bear when we first met. Jeez. That's probably the most overt Sabin reference. They keep calling him a bear. But I'm pretty sure even the Sabin reference was referencing something else. Zin, Counselor, pleasure. These are guests? Yeah, they're co-workers of the guild. Hear about the threat letter? As you guessed, it's a request from the Royal Army. You have any ideas? Threat letters like that aren't exactly rare in the Republic. To be honest, I barely paid it any heed at all. True, there's a lot of radical groups in the country. Yeah, they always cause trouble when the issue of immigration comes up. French people being upset about immigrants? No! That's absolutely insane. This time, at least I can't say anything. Why don't you see what Ambassador Cochrane thinks first? Yeah, we'll do that right now, if you'll pardon us. I ended up borrowing a room, so I'll be in your care if that happens. Of course. I'll have everything squeaky clean for you. Tee-hee-hee. Oh, Zen, come to Liberal again? Hey, Yakumo. Seems like I'll be here a while. You've been pretty busy yourself. Of course! We've got a pact signing approaching. Sorry. I won't have time to bother with you for a while. Yes, come in. Pardon us, Elsa. Zinvathic. Hello, hello. Come in. Last I heard you returned to Calvert. What's an old dog like you doing back here in Grand Cell? That's just that his old dog has a trick or more to show off. I feel like I'll be in the mail for a while. I like to be expected of an A-rank. An A-rank bracer. You know what that up to you? Who's this with you? Pleasure to meet you, ma'am. I'm Estelle Bright of the Bracer Guild. There are our assistants, Olivier Lenheim and Chloe Rins. Pleasure, Ambassador. Pleasure to meet you, Ambassador. Pleasure's mine. I'm Elsa Cochrane, Calvert's ambassador to Libero. The thing is more of a social call, though. I'm afraid so. Explain. Ah, that letter. Yes. Yes, it's a break. From Xanakin. Of the Xanakin to Branks. You're helping the Royal Army investigate the matter, then? Yes. Threats of terrorism aren't exactly something the Guild can't ignore either, though. Would you mind helping us out? I suppose. We're well stuck into the situation after all. So, do you have any idea who might send the letter? Like, does anyone in the Republic oppose the signing of the pact, or... Of course, you're looking at one after all. What? So please try not to tease the kids too much, yeah? Well, the truth's the truth. I'm pretty sure I've chewed your ear off about Ereboni enough for you to know what I think. Still, Miss Bright, don't misunderstand me. President Rocksmith and Parliament have already approved the pact. My personal feelings won't get in the way of my job. No one else from Calvert who might oppose the pact? Oh, certainly. They're all tiny groups. To be honest, there's no real reason to oppose it anyways. No reason? I don't follow. It's not worth bothering. The pact doesn't have any practical effect. It's simply agreeing to the statement we will not rely on violence to solve international problems, and negotiate instead. Yeah, like I said earlier, non-aggression pacts are like the most low-tier, bare-bones, basic acceptance of diplomatic interactions with another country that don't involve a gun or a knife or a sword. Like, it's really, really low tier. The fact that Edo is making this big a deal of it says a lot about the politics of this world, more than anything else. Granted, we did have a major war 10 years ago, but still. More of a declaration than anything else. But it's a little more than a promise that can be broken without consequence, save loss of face, no? Precisely. The worst it would do is rally the other countries against the aggressor. Now, it's true, relations between Ereboni and Calvert have gotten worse than usual in the last decade. There's some value in establishing Liberal as a place where we can negotiate, but again, who'd bother opposing that? Doesn't really seem like the thing you'd send a bunch of threatening letters about. Well, Ambassador, if you don't believe someone from Calvert is a perpetrator, who do you suggest? Oh, my gut is telling me to blame it on the Erebonians. Their militaristic hawk faction, especially. But frankly, even they have that new engine on the line. They aren't so stupid as to cut off their noses despite their faces. Oh, you mean the one from the Arce? Yes, an engineering sample will be provided to both Calvert and Erebonia. It'll happen right after the signing, in fact. To be expected of Queen Alicia. She holds both Empire and Republic in the palm of her hand. Yes, I have to admit she's handled this masterfully. This cutting-edge engine is going to birth a whole new generation of airship designs. Alicia's practically handing it out, so long as you sign the agreement and play nice. Even the most testosterone-poisoned ninnies on the Erebonian Hawks wouldn't want to miss this chance. Yeah, I guess so. Which means, of course, the possibility that either the Republic or the Empire interfering directly is pretty low. Indeed. Sorry I can't be of more help. No, you're a big help. Just being able to cross suspects off the list helps a lot. Oh, speaking of which, though, we'd like you to ask you something else. That's what it comes to me. Harold Hayworth, merchant from Crossbone. Can't say it rings any bells. No? Okay. He's never visited the embassy, at least. Do you remember Crossbow sits directly between Ereboni and Calvert, however? You want to acquire the Erebonian embassy as well. Thanks for being so open with us. You're quite welcome. I'm glad I could help. You said your name was Estelle Bright? You wouldn't happen to be Brigadier General Bright's daughter. You know Dad? Of course! The heroic vanquisher of the Imperial Army, head of Liberal's Royal Army. I heard he had a daughter, but I didn't expect to meet you like this. I'm just kind of an inexperienced newbie myself still. You're off to a good start, I think. We at the Embassy have relied on a guild a number of times in the past. Should the time come again, I hope you'll aid us, Ms. Bright. Well, if the chance comes up, sure. No, we'll see you around. And we're done. Never going back. Ever, ever, ever. It's unlocked. The entrance should be kept locked all the time as long as there's no show like the arts tournament. In which case... Seems as our goal then. That's right, it's okay. Nobody can get me cold. I've got a little Zippo. Very appropriate music. Nostalgic. Feels like we were just here yesterday. It's only been 2 months. Just standing here has me recalling the admiring roar of the audience. You're invited to the castle after you won the competition, right, Estelle? I wish I could have joined you on the field. Yeah, you were busy being kidnapped, though. Once this whole thing is cleared up, I'd like to take part in the next year's martial arts competition. Test my own ability. That sounds like Cassius' daughter to me. I'd like to join in on the action, too. I don't really feel like I'd have a chance against you, Zin. Shall I sing from the seats to cheer you on? I'll serenade my love for you as mightily as I can. Pass. Monsters? Feels reminiscent of some old Coliseum games. The setting is apt, a pity we lack an audience. It's the most evil monsters ever. Snow monsters. You're not a snow monster. You hurt me. Someone tell this cat he's not a snow monster. Oh God, penguins. Ugh. Freaking penguins. I like how they're not immune to cold. You'd think they would be. They're weak to fire, but they're not immune to cold.
Let me show you the true essence of beauty.
Damn right. An Airbnb, but otherwise, yes, smoke. I know, Sewer Cookie. They've made two, actually. I will assume you're talking about the more recent one. Yeah, 3 months in a hotel is not something I'd wish on most people, and I've been living on an air mattress this whole time. So, to be clear, both this and the PSP version, the PSP remaster, are both remasters of the original. In other words, the new remaster does not include any of the PSP stuff. So, just to be very clear about that. And for the record, no, I'm not a fan of that. I don't even care about their reasoning. I'm just not a big fan of it. Yeah, I will honestly take an air mattress over a hotel mattress. Hotel mattresses are terrible. Ugh. He's a fitting rival indeed. He's even weirder than I thought he'd be. Whatever, let's check the contents. My princess, my rival, and brave Bracious. Ah. Did you enjoy the show I prepared for your arrival? As I do not wish to upset the mood of our main role, it's time for the supporting actors to take their bows. I hope you'll look forward to our next chance meeting. Some chance meeting. I wish he'd cut it out. I'm really curious about it. Main role? Supporting actress? What does that mean? How'd you mention it? Ah, screw it. Let's not think about it at all. Hey. I can't think of enough. Still, why would the Phantom Thief steal a portrait of the Arceli? Surely it's lovely, but it's really nothing more than a simple portrait. It holds no monetary value. He doesn't really care about value so much as pulling off a good prank or two. It's probably our fault that the museum got wrapped up in this one. Sorry for putting you all through all this. Aww. No need to apologize. It wasn't your doing. If anything, I'm very pleased with how you handled this. Excellent work. Yeah. Okay. So would I recommend FFT? So that's a tough question. For the longest time, I have listed FFT as the example of good story, bad game. What we nowadays refer to as a storybook game. Now, that's diminutive, and there's lots of gameplay to FFT that is both good, bad, and in between. But what I'm trying to say is that if for literally no other reason, it's probably worth a playthrough just for the story. If you get into the gameplay, good. If not, well, I don't blame you. What? Okay. Hey, off the deeper end. You don't care about FF Story. Maybe skip it. Story's the hook in any FF game, but there's plenty of FF games with good gameplay. This is, not one of them. Supposedly, the remaster fixes some of the more egregious issues, but I doubt it fixes the Six Monk issue. Yes, off the deeper end. I would never recommend playing Chain of Memories. Hello, cat. Yeah, there are better grid-based, turn-based tactical games than FFT. Including, apparently, FFT-A, I guess? I can't speak to that. I barely remember the gameplay of that game. I just remember the awful, awful story. I don't care. Yeah, I've heard mixed things about FFTA. Yeah, which are turbo stranded on the GBA. That's a good question, Bud Falkenstein. See, the thing is, if I could diverge for a second, FFT doesn't need big sweeping changes. I mean, it needed a couple of polishing pass problems because both the PS1 and PSP versions suffer from some severe slowdown issues, but as far as the actual core meat of the gameplay, it's pretty similar to this. What FFT needs is a polishing pass to fix the specifics, right? The specifics of which abilities generate how much require how much JP, which job abilities do exactly what, and in combination with what, and some other specifics of some of the encounter designs, right? It needs the kind of balancing pass that Chosen the Sky 2 got from Chosen the Sky 1. So, will FFTR improve the gameplay? Good question. They could sit down and do that. Or they could do a lazy remaster where they upscale it and then add some stuff and then say, okay, we're good. Because we want to preserve the original, which is always stupid. It's not a remaster if you're preserving the original. That's a port. If you want to do that, go port it. If you're going to remaster it, fix it. But either way, I don't know, is the truth. Because, yeah, they did add voice acting, and that's probably going to eat up a lot of the remaster's budget, so... Hey, Ross. I hope you had fun at the place you're at. Exactly, off the deep end. And yeah, it's not about just adding new stuff. New stuff can be neat. New stuff can add new dynamics to something. To use an extremely bad example of that, Pokemon Gen 2 added several new things to the Pokemon format, which greatly improved the complexity, dynamics, and otherwise poor gameplay loop of what Pokemon was. Cool. But that's not an inherent thing, right? It still requires design. It still requires someone to sit down and think, okay, hold up. What's this going to do to our game? Wow, he's actually clawing the scratching post. I'm so happy. Thank you for not destroying the carpet, cat. Okay. Oh, he's not. Yeah, I've taken to putting the catnip on the scratching post, which is probably contributory. The cat's like, I didn't mean to rip open your bed. He did. He's not even allowed in that room. And that's why. No, Malkar, like, literally just said this. The cat is not allowed in my room. For several reasons, but that is one of them. What? Stop looking at me. Get it. Nice, Braven. I'll take any positive news I can get. way, so... You know, game, if there's a specific order in which I have to hit these places, maybe tell me that order before I go there and save me the double trip. God damn. No. Hey, you're the winners of the martial arts competition. Yeah, it's us. What brings you here today? You're here to see something. I can see you arranged. We just want to have a walk around the palace. That's okay, too. We're going to embrace your business. Hello, Dan. It's been a while. Your Highness. We were not aware you'd returned. Sorry to startle you. I'm afraid I'm here on business, though. Estelle and I have some things in the castle to attend to. Could you let us pass, please? Corpse, by your command. I think I'm starting to get why the Duke guy is so jealous. Now entering, ladies Chloe and Estelle and their entourage. Open the gate! Well, Estelle, welcome back to my house. We did start the game here. So Julia's gone, refitting the Arce. Change out to Hilda and Alicia. Welcome to Corneria. Hi, Shea. Reminds me of when you lent me your maid uniform. Yeah, you missed it. Joshua was where I went to. Why? Joshua once played the role of Princess Cecilia so perfectly, also perfected a manservant. Ah, noble endeavors both. I'm quite sure it must have been beauteous to behold. I regret all the more I could not attend the Duke's banquet. Hilda's in the library. Okay. I don't actually know where that is. Damn it, Easel, no! I've been in charge of reparations. Ooh, okay, that's not a fun job. There were signs the budget was being manipulated. Where could this money have all gone to? Ah, I wouldn't worry about it. Oh my god, where's the library? Oh god, yes I could, Melkor. Damn it. 8 stops away, but that's a trip. That's like 30 or 40 minutes that way, even if they beelined it for here. Oh my god, Entity. I mean, if I'm being honest, that would depend a lot on the tone of the game in question to pull that off. Like, if you pulled that at the end of FF6 and we just dated Kefka, I'd be mad. But I could see that in kind of some other types of games. Once we closed the door leading to the sewers, we stopped getting so many rats. Thank goodness the Duke is not here. After all, the Duke was always staring at people with lecherous, dirty eyes. Yeah, I get it, game. Thank you. That's great that that's a thing that you continue to re-emphasize. Yeah, go after it. Seymour. At last! I've always wanted to date you. Tidus! Everyone's like, huh? Tidus? Yes. It's always been about Tidus to me. Oh, that's great, Bragwin. I'm sad. I don't, like, have a Disney Plus subscription or, like, anything else that I could cancel. And I'm never going to Disneyland again, so... I couldn't participate in that particular boycott. Sieg was being thoughtful, wasn't he? Oh yes, he let me know you were coming. Welcome home, Claudia. What's the boycott because of? I mean, honestly, take your pick, but the specific thing... Jimmy Kimmel decided to make an off-color joke about the recent situation and the nonsense that's been spewing out of the current regime's PR hole. As a result, the current regime demanded that Jimmy Kimmel be fired, which they actually did acquiesce to. That led to a hell of a backlash, and honestly for good reason, but also for very bad reason. Because plenty of companies have been kowtowing to the party line for, honestly, about 6 months at this point. But this was a big, obvious, overt thing that even, and I use this term with all due diligence, normies would actually notice. So, people were like, oh, that's not cool. And the boycott was incredibly widespread, which honestly was actually really gratifying. Like there was a positive moment, you know. Yeah, normies. No, I really don't mean any offense by that word. Most people, percentage-wise, right, statistically speaking, most people don't participate. They don't keep their ear to the ground. They don't try to keep involved in things. They don't follow all the news stories. They don't try and keep up on everything or whatever, right? That's a normie. So that's normal regardless of category, right? So for example, Silver Cookie earlier was like, "Oh my God, there's an FFT remaster," and my response, excuse me, was, "Of course there is," but that's because it's my job to keep up on that kind of gaming news, right? A normie, when it comes to gaming, is someone who isn't trying to keep up on gaming news 24/7, who isn't trying to stay on top of everything, because it's not something that's a field for them, and there's only so many hours in the day, right? That's like I said, there's no actual insult intended by that statement. This is true with any field. Movies, games, books, politics, economics, anything. Any category you can think of. The majority, see around here, girl. The majority of people who are affected by that, who even are actually a part of that sphere, don't look into it, right? For whatever reason, but that's just normal. Hence the term normies. One moment, please. I'll be right back. Still, you are always welcome so long as I remain. Your father explained everything not long after you left. It pains me to know you carry such a burden. Oh, thank you very much, Your Majesty. Still, I know what I gotta do, and Chloe's been a huge help. I'm okay, don't worry. Your soul has gained new steel since last we met. A cold steel, if you were. Mr. Vathek and Mr. Linheim, both of you, of course, are also welcome in my home. Let's retire to my chambers. I have some tea prepared. Ah, you've come about the letters. I wasn't aware they'd been sent to the cathedral and the embassies as well. Your fears are not groundless. It's difficult to think of such lengths as a mere childish prank. That's why we're trying to talk to people affiliated with the case. See if we can find some clues. Grandmother, do you have any idea who might be responsible? Especially someone within the barrel. Cloudy, what do you think? Me? As possible heir, your thoughts should be daily on the forces moving within our nation. Would you share your opinion with me? I don't believe there's any force in the country which is truly opposed to the pact. I've heard in various places, however, that following the coup, some of our extreme right-wing citizens are very concerned. Their frustrations might be at the root of those letters. Very good. My opinion is more or less the same. So I don't follow. Colonel Richard was not the only one who approved of the idea of expanding and empowering the military. In the wake of the failed coup, however, the matter is effectively untouchable. I can only imagine all who share his mindset are quite dissatisfied and worried for our safety. Okay, so you think the letters are from believers in military control and expansion? Like the intelligence division's guys still on the run? That'd be the short of it, yes. If that's the case, I would say I have very much responsibility for this as they. It's my beliefs that led them to take such action in the first place, after all. I don't know, I think they have the right to be all blah, let's threaten people and be scared because we're sore losers. No, there are few things more precious than freedom to express oneself. However, even those who promote military empowerment and a war footing do so out of love of Liberl and its people. They have as much right to express that idea as any of us have ours. Listening to all such opinions and choosing how to guide the country is a ruler's responsibility. Though in that case, I rather doubt they actually try to stop the ceremony, yes? Assuming the letters from the expansionists, yeah, that's quite possible. With Colonel Richard under arrest, they have little power with which to act. The problem lies with the idea that someone else may be responsible. If that's the case, I fear I can offer you little advice or knowledge. Queen Alicia, if I may broach a question. Of course. Olivier, what is it you wish? Why are you so determined to act upon this non-aggression pact now? Your own country is still deeply confused and unsettled by the coup attempt. Most rulers think this is the time to focus solely on one's own country, not the affairs of others. Olivier, you are talking to a queen, you know. It's alright, Olivier has a point. Plans and proposals for the pact, however, predate the coup. Further delays would only harm the dignity of the nation. The Crossbell issue is causing a great deal of friction as well. The Crossbell issue, huh? I sure hope we don't have a duology of games covering that soon. Crossbell, that's where Ren's from, isn't it? Yep, due northeast of here, over the Crone Mountains, and directly between Erebonia and Calvard. Both the Republican Empire claim it should be part of their governments, and some Crossbellians want total independence. It's quite a mess. Crossbell's basically a fishbone stuck in two throats at once. All the issues surrounding it just get called the Crossbell problem. Let's see, boy, no wonder people get worked up about it then. Ah, so your aim is to pluck the bone out with this pact then. To continue the analogy, it's not a bone that can be removed with one gesture, sadly. If I can open a way to resolve the issue, however, yes. Laying the groundwork for resolving that issue will strengthen peace across the entire region, and people will remember Liberl spurred it on. I have underestimated you even more than I previously thought. Our invasion of Liberl was far more of a fool's errand than even I'd imagined. That much, at least, is painfully obvious to me now. What are you going on about? Oh, wait, Crossbell, Ren, sorry to change the subject, but... My goodness, a child at Banner of the Royal Villa. I must instruct Raymond to keep me better informed, it seems. I know it's a shot in the dark, but I don't suppose you have any idea where they might be, Your Majesty? No, I'm very sorry, I do not. However, they visited the castle, especially recently. Hilda would know of it. You should speak with her. Okay. Should you wish, I can also contact Mayor McDowell of the Crossbell government. If that would help, ask whatever you need. Oh, thanks. Grandmother, thank you for all your help. We need to move on, unfortunately. But, don't be nervous, know what you wish to say, I think. You'll be staying in the castle tonight, yes? Let's speak then, once you're no longer busy. Alright. Yeah, FF12 did the same thing, Malkablade, and for good reason. Such royalty. I would say she's the only person in the continent with that sense of balance. Yeah, it feels weird to say coming from a democracy, but she's the perfect ruler. Kinda envy Liberal, to be honest. Yep. And imagine if Duke Dunan took over instead, because that's the problem. No, it's nothing. I was just struck again by how incredible a woman grandmother is. I really doubt I can ever live up to her. Princess? When did Her Majesty the Queen take the throne? Oh, she was 20, if I recall correctly. And may I ask your age? 16, but my point. I doubt Her Majesty was the master politician the day she took the throne. You're not even as old as she was when she first donned the purple. I see little point in comparing yourself to as she is now. Do you agree? We martial artists tend to say that only those with proper capacity can achieve this thing called unity of purpose. Even those with great innate skill, Walter, only reach their peak through a journey of 1,000 steps. I think Her Majesty believes you have the capacity to get there, Princess. Just take it one step at a time, don't worry. Thank you, really. Alright, Chloe's gonna be an awesome queen someday. I guess you get good with pep talks as you get older, huh? Get older? How rude. I'm a fresh, youthful 25. 5 years younger than Zin here, even. You want to call out someone being rude, Olivier. Yes, we should find Hilda. She's in the library in the west left wing. Oh my god. Woo! Left wing. Which is to the left. Maybe. Oh my god. Oh no, she's an old woman when she took the throne. Ancient. Castle blueprints, 7 treasures, Faldia's Day's War. That's all stuff the intelligence division was researching. Princess Claudia, and Mrs. Stowe, too. Hello, Hilda. Sorry if I startled you, I just got back. Hi, Hilda. Sorry I've been out of touch. It's quite alright, I'm glad to see you well. I understand the princess has been assisting you, Estelle. Very glad to see the two of you home safe. Oh, Hilda, you're embarrassing me. Speaking of helping us, though, I've returned partially to inquire about something the guild is investigating. Can I ask you a few questions? Sure. Let us borrow a guest room. You're attending the investigation of the letter we received. I think you want to know if you have any idea who the sender might be. It's no one in the castle. It was addressed to Her Majesty herself. I checked all letters addressed to the Queen, so I know the contents of the letter. Believe me if I could lay a hand on the rude fool who wrote that. Pardon me, I was wondering, what were the other suspicious letters? Are ones critical of royal decisions, for example? Hilda, please help us for my sake. If no one else's, we need as much information as we can. Okay, well, there have been several letters delivered with no indication of their senders. They were not particularly critical of royal decisions, per se. They were largely petitions to reduce or annul Colonel Richard's sentence. I suspect at least some are from citizens of Grand Cell, but the rest I cannot be sure on. People want Colonel Richard freed? No less than suspected the man who once strove to be my rival. His popularity endures even after his capture and shaming. Colonel's very skilled and competent, everyone knows that. It isn't unusual to see people regret losing him. I would personally bet on those letters not being related to our threat. Requesting something of the royal hand is one thing. Trying to force it is a whole different thing together. Still, even knowing the letters exist help. Oh, one more thing. There's some other person. Harold Hayworth. Yes, I remember him. What? Is he an acquaintance of ours? Not as such. He asked for a tour of the castle interior a few days ago. Happened to be otherwise unoccupied, so I showed him about. His wife and daughter were with him as well. Last, this provides us with a little clue as to where the Hayworths may have gone. My apologies. There was something bothered me, however. The child greatly enjoyed the tour. However, her parents felt as though they were barely present through the whole thing. They seemed even-tempered and normal enough when they spoke to me. But when combined with your story, I wonder if they were under strain. I able to pay attention after coming to see a place for as a tourist. Sounds like something's on their minds, alright. Yes, they were in some kind of trouble even then. This may give us a clue! Thank you, Hilda. Appreciate you. I trust your friends lack accommodations. I intend to stay here in Grand Cell, but, you know, how about it, everyone? I believe they will want me to remain at the Erebonian embassy this eve. I do appreciate the offer, however. Yeah, I've got what's basically a permanent room at the Calvardian embassy. Thanks. I should probably ask Shira and Tita before I commit anything. We've got Ren, too. That's true. It sounds like she loves the castle. I should keep the rooms ready, just in case. Thank you, Hilda. Appreciate you. Well, yeah, Cinematic Sith. Got his own positives. Plural. The only character to get more than one positive in the first game. Yes. Can I help you? Do not try to sneak into the military grounds just to sneak a peek at your favorite idol, who happens to be a lieutenant. So it said to do the news place last, which means we should probably go ahead and hit the Erebonian embassy next. They just returned. Perfect. Man, okay, if she's really hot, that's totally worth spending years in prison just to get a peek at her. So here's the Erebonian embassy. Quite the building. The place definitely matches the Calvardian embassy in terms of fanciness. Grandiose, yet powerful at the same time. Very imperial, if nothing else. It's a stage upon which the Empire can parade its influence and power. Alas, that the actors are unequal to the set dressing. You realize Lord Cranog would hit the roof if he heard you hear that. Heard you say that. Hi, Mueller. Ah, my most bosom companion. It's been an age. Are you well, dear Mueller? Better if I could cut you in half and be done with it. Told you again and again to ensure we're constantly aware of your location. You acted a tactic in the war of love. Did you know absence makes the heart grow fonder? Estelle Bright, you have my thanks. I can only imagine the trouble this idiot's been causing you. Actually, it hasn't been too bad, I guess. He's been real well-mannered, comparatively. Well, ignoring the lunatic, I presume you have business here at the embassy. Yes, sir. We'd like to speak to the ambassador. That letter, right. I've been somewhat concerned myself, but I'm surprised the guild is acting. This is a request from Brigadier General Bright and the Royal Army, I take it. Yes, but we're trying to investigate it as neutral as we can, you know? Nobody's guilty till proven, that kind of thing. Commendable mindset, no doubt why he chose you. Very well, I shall introduce you to Lord Ambassador Cranog. I suspect he'll find it easier to gain his trust if I do the introductions as opposed to a certain someone. Thanks, Mueller. Yeah, thanks. Thank you. Wait, you really have so little faith in me? You thought we had faith in you for this? If you introduced us, he'd probably want to have us kicked out. Sorry, Olivier. Ah, the sting of being forsaken. Sting of the truth, maybe. Come on. I apologize for the wait. Lord Cranog will see you now. God, poor Julia. Welcome to the Erebonian Embassy, guests. I'm Lord Davil Cranog, duly appointed ambassador, voice of the Empire in this land. I'm Estelle Bright of the Bracers Guild, sympathetic with the Guild. We're in second year student academy. Assistant Embracers. And I'm a servant of love and peace. Ugh, you. I heard you'd gone missing in Elmo Village. Try not to worry Mueller further. Olivier. Me, for that matter. Such a strict dressing down. Much more, and I'll have to loosen my jacket. Setting that aside. You're here to inquire about the threatening letter, yes? What do you want to know? I'll be direct, sir. Do you have any idea who might be behind the letter? Is there anyone in the Empire who might oppose the signing of the pact? You are direct. I appreciate that. I can tell you truthfully, however, that I can think of no such person. His Majesty is very happy with the pact as it stands, in fact, and no one within the Empire would be foolish enough to gainsay his leadership over such a matter, of course. Bad. So you think it's the work of someone outside the Empire, then? What other answer could there be? Well, in my opinion, it's the opposition party in Calvard. Some silly ploy to make their president look bad, no doubt. Opposition, doing whatever it pleases. This is a perfect example of the fallacies of Bovril. I have to question that, your lordship. Don't get me wrong, our major political parties basically beat up each other the head every time they can, but even if the pact fell apart do this, I don't think anyone would put blame it on the president. Details. You think the mob thinks like that? All I can say for certain is the person issuing these threats cannot be from the Empire. That should be more than enough assurance for you. Excuse me, Lord Cranach. May I ask what Chancellor Osborne? Oh! Hey! That's actually his first reference, right there. In the second game. Wow! It's Bismarck. I don't know like anything about him. I just know he's there. May I ask what Chancellor... And everyone will shut up about him. May I ask what Chancellor Osborne's opinion of the non-aggression pact is? What? Flawless riposte. The highest appointed official in our most glorious and august imperial government, the Blood and Iron Chancellor, Gileath Osborne. His nickname comes from his personal motto, our nation's peace must be built on a foundation of blood and iron, in case the Bismarck parallels weren't overt enough. He's overseen the expansion of the rail system, as well as the annexation of several smaller states on our borders through less than diplomatic means. Annex? You mean he... Olivier, how can you criticize your empire's chancellor? Oh, but devil, how was I criticizing? I was simply stating facts. Then you must be fired! Alright, everyone, cancel your Erebonian subscriptions right now. Yeah, I imagine he'll show up a lot later when we have a game set in Erebonia. I would say yes, Sour Cookie. Because, I've talked about this before, it's easier to make something that's short that's good, as weird as it sounds, than to make something that's long that stays good, right? So, yeah, in summary. Come now, wouldn't have to be a bit more cooperative, no? We've already spoken with the lovely Ambassador Cochrane. He's quite helpful, you see. What? If we don't help these people now, it'll give them cause to doubt the character of Erebonia. It'd be a tragedy, wouldn't you agree? My Lord Cranach, there's no need to keep information related to this hidden. May I humbly suggest being open in this case will not present a problem. You have a point, Miller, very well. To answer your question, Miss, Chancellor Osborne, like His Majesty, is most receptive to the pact. In fact, I hear he's actually the one who suggested His Majesty should sign it. Really? It's because he's looking forward to getting the engine, right? No, apparently he recommended to His Majesty before any mention of the engine. If anything, I'm glad there's harmony at home over this pact. There's been no pressure for us to negotiate. Hate to say it, but it's looking like there really isn't any chances from someone in the Empire. Looks that way. Ambassador, thank you a lot for answering our questions. See, it's as I said. If you're looking for the guilty party, you should look elsewhere. One sec. If you don't mind, we have one more question. Most pitiable situation. Separation of a child from her parents. Imperial traders do visit the embassy at times, but a merchant from Prospel, I do not recall such a man, no. You familiar with this Aerith Mueller? No, I've never heard of the man either. Oh, this is starting to look grim. To search for at once for both Blackmare and a lost child's parents sounds most trying. It may seem trite, but I wish you luck, young lady. Thanks, Lord Cranach. Allow me to show you to the gate. I mean, that's a thing in some settings, Bragwin, so maybe. Thanks, Mueller. Talking with the ambassador was a big help. Nah, you don't need to thank me. I didn't do anything important, really. Besides, this is a problem affecting all nations. We should be working together. Indeed. Hope we can resolve this. Olivier, you're awfully quiet. Ah, it's nothing. I was simply lost in reverie for the moment. Doesn't concern our current business. Pay me no mind. Okay. Olivier, you'll be staying here at the embassy in the evenings while you're in Grazia, yes? Where else? I will not miss the chance to have more sweet dreams in your bed, as always. What? Oh my. Stop with the jokes before you give the ladies too many ideas and images. Push those jokes too far, and I may have to spear you on the embassy flagpole. That's the direction I should approach from. You teach me more every day. Alternatively, I could just cut you in half right here. Fairly certain I could explain it to Lord Cranog. That would be less lovely. Forgive the joke, my friend. So that's how you keep Olivia under control. Maybe I should write this down. Said they match each other perfectly myself. It's a terrifying thought. Regardless, I shall pardon myself here. Good luck with the rest of your investigations. I mean, Erebonia is practically the... Oh my god, I can't think of the name of them. The Majocratic Slaver State in Dragon Age Origins. Tevinter, thank you. God, you can tell I'm tired. I couldn't think of the name Tevinter. They're not that bad, obviously. Yeah, let's see. Where is my freaking bed? Hello, cat. Update, please. One word. Get out of here. No, well, yeah, exactly, Mook. Like, the Tevinter thing was a bit more simplified. Because, in Dragon Age Origins, we talked about this, in Dragon Age Origins specifically, 7 stops away, by the way. Like, I think literally every Tevinter we saw was either a slaver or a blood mage. Or both. So that was, like, universally, hi, we're the bad guys. I think that was actually true in 2 as well, now that I'm thinking about that. So that's a little bit worse than what we got here with Erebonia, where at least, you know, not every Erebonian is... Well, Dorian was in the 3rd game von Falkenstein, which is when they finally started changing their mind on that a little bit. Yeah, exactly, Caroline Mars. And yeah, I've been following the Subnautica 2 thing situation, and... I mean, we know how that lawsuit's gonna go. The fact that they haven't already tried to settle outside of court pretty much guarantees the way it's gonna go. So... Hey, Izmir Star. It's actually doing quite well. I'm just exhausted because my mattress burst last night. So right now, what's happening is I'm literally waiting until the new mattress shows up. And when it does, I'm going to pause streaming and I'm going to go lay down. Until it gets here. I just had the exhaustion thing. I am sorry. Who the hell? Oh, do you know? You guys, how you doing? Good day now. Pardon, intrusion. Oh, it's that bard guy. Your Highness. Good day to you. Oh, God, Alexius. Yeah, I lost some sleep. I tried to get back to bed, but again, laying down on just the floor doesn't work for me. You can have Zin the Immovable of Calvert with you. You got a game going on still. A lot of stuff's happened since we last met. Well, that's how. Got the article done. Thanks in part to you guys. Speaking of, what brings about today? Got a hot scoop for your old buddy now? Well, actually, we're the ones who'd like to know something. We heard the Liberal News received a threatening letter. You guys are investigating that thing? Figure the military take care of that one. We're working on a request from the military, actually. Do you know anything? Well, I just got back to the capital, so I don't know much. To be honest, I'd like to hear what you guys know, if anything. It's really helpful now. I know you're a newsman, a hound for a good story. Surely you must have a clue to who our villain is. I don't have time for this. That's a bit impolite, you two. Niall, I know this is a lot to ask, but please, if you know anything at all, please share it with us, please. Hey, Your Highness. You don't need to lower your head to me. Fine. Okay, so this is off the record, okay? We ain't the only ones who got a letter. Not even close. Blasted Fortress got one. The Cathedral, the Airship Company, Hotel Roenbaum, both embassies, Gransell Castle, and the Air Bay Royal Villa all got one, too. 9 letters in total. Something wrong? We heard that from the military already. What? Damn it, that was my big scoop for the day. Doesn't look like we're gonna get much out of this. You're right. Let's change his accent really quick, Diligent. Just you wait here 1 second. You keep talking like that, and Niall Barron, star reporter for the Liberal News, is gonna have a name worth a pile of scrap. Alright. Let me let you in on my take of this whole mess. Okay? You may want to be brief, Mr. Burns. Fine, listen up. Here's the short of it. My gut tells me this is some kind of huge break. The threats aren't real. We thought of that too. You said all this sure though. Mind telling us where you're so convinced? Okay, trick is I've covered terrorist threats like this one before, right? But this, there's no reality to the threat. Threats only work and have power if they describe or imply that something nasty is going to happen, see? These letters have exactly none of that. Mr. Burns does have a point. Disaster will be visited upon you does not offer much in the way of specific terror. Exactly. Look at the hunch this isn't about stopping the sand and sediment at all. Hello, hi, President Clam. Glad you had a good day. Maybe loner, but honestly, probably not. It was as mentioned earlier by someone in chat. In Tevinter, you need power to get position. So, peerage is dependent entirely on your output, and Corypheus was supposed to be pretty strong, so... Congrats, President Clam. Yep, time to revert our Yakuza 3 run to the Yakuza Kiwami 3 run. Is, you know, done. I'm still bothered by the fact that so many letters were sent, though. Each and every one was sent to a place involved in the ceremony. For a prank, whoever did this seems to know a lot about what's happening. It's kind of true on the surface. Think about it, though. All that info is pretty easy to find without a little digging. Hell, I know about this place weeks ago. Anyway, I'm going to be working on the assumption it's just a prank. Maybe you guys should stick to your guns about it being a real threat. We'll compare notes later. Yeah, good idea. Thanks, Niall. That actually helped a lot. Done right, it did. Now I'm going to go back to being a Southern here. I'll be sitting around here till the pack's signed. Okay. Speaking of sitting around here, I don't see Dorothy anywhere. Alright, she's off doing the Bowser region. Sending her off to snakes and photos. What, for something special? Here, later the Royal Army. You remember that old fort the Sky Bandits were using as a base, right? Once you guys busted. Army decided those rats had the right idea. Claimed to repurpose it as a training facility. They're running airship pilot training out of there right now. Oh, okay, neat. So she went out to get coverage of the base then. That's the idea, yeah. I was a little worried about sending her out on her own, but do it sometime. Dorothy on her own, huh? That's scary. Oh, duh. Speaking of girls on their own, explain. Harold Hayford, straight from Crossbell. Never heard of the guy. Pretty sure he's never been on our classifieds or wanted columns. Figures. But hey, it's part of the job, right? If you guys are totally stuck, I'll help you out. Put him up in the classifieds if you want. I even have a few people in Crossbell I could poke. Thanks. You're way more reliable than I thought you'd be. I think I need to upgrade my opinion of you. Of course you do. Wait a minute, what do you mean? Was that not reliable before? I'm just kidding. Come on, let's get back to the guild house. Sheriff should be back by now. Thanks again now. It's no big. Yeah, if this is Japanese, Liberal probably has an Osaka accent. You're right, he has a dwarven accent, Sarani. There's only 2 accents that exist, and those are they. Yep, Osaka's always translated as Southern. For some reason. Welcome back. Sorry, I know we're late. Hey, where's Tita and Ren? They returned just before you do. I think they're enjoying the spoils of a hard-fought shopping campaign on the 2nd floor. Sounds like they had fun. Get a letter to report. Yes, please. I see. Sounds like you had a fairly productive day, then. I guess. I didn't get anything decisive, though. Sharon, did you find anything? I just find a very large pile of nothing. 6 stops away. The hotel, the cathedral, the airship company. No one had the slightest clue who would send such numbers. The leader of the airship company is deathly afraid the sender might demand money next. They haven't been any follow-up letters, though, to anyone. Damn. Don't really know things down much. How much do you think the society's behind all this? I don't think we could safely say that at this point. The primary focus up to now has been experimenting with this bizarre gospel ordinance. We know the gospel can create phenomena otherwise unimaginable. Those devices certainly haven't shown the ability to create threatening letters out of nowhere. Yeah, the society has tons and tons of giant mechs. We don't see any giant mechs involved here. Let me start with the hotel. The Hayworths, all 3 of them, definitely stayed there for about 2 weeks. They kept the same room for the entire time in fairly typical tourist fashion. It was only this morning that they checked out. I visited the cathedral. It seems the Hayworths came to worship a number of times while they were here. However, the father mentioned them said there was something off about their behavior. They seemed distracted during prayer. That's what Miss Hilda said. Finally, the airship company, that's where things get very strange. Their names are Harold, Sophia, and Ren Hareworth from Crossbell, yes? There are no records of anyone matching those names or nationality, and the records go back 6 months. Perhaps they traveled by land? Wait a minute, that can't be right. When I first met her, she was talking about the landing in an airship. Yes, at Erletten. She said she saw a lake on the way down. Troubling. It's possible they were traveling under assumed names. Assumed names? Why would they? They may have had something to hide, or may have been hiding from someone. Either way, they must have known something was wrong before they set out. I talked to every guild branch in the country about Ren's parents. For the moment, all we can do is wait for information to come in. As for Ren herself, I think it'd be best if she stayed in the care of the guild for now. I'd feel terrible if she got wrapped up in something. Did you leave me with her? Or let her leave her with me, excuse me? Mission feels personal now. I was going to suggest that, actually. Thank you. The guild will pay for everyone's lodgings while you're here. Includes Ren, don't worry. Oh, speaking of, you may not need that tonight. You see, we've been invited to the castle. I'm afraid I'll have to decline. I'll be far easier for the guild to reach one of us at the hotel. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. I might hear something about Ren's parents. I guess I should stay at the hotel, too. Sorry, Chloe. Don't worry. I'll explain the situation to Hilda. I'm sure she won't mind. Zin and I are at our embassies, the princess is in her castle, so that means you two and the girls will be staying at the hotel. Partying in these rooms will be dreadfully dull. Why don't you go for a nice dinner at the bar? I'd actually like to hear you play the piano. No! Sweet maiden, you know just how to pluck my heartstrings. Have you come to appreciate a mature flavor at last, I wonder? I'm gonna snap those heartstrings and keep it up. I'd split up here then. Chloe, be careful on your way home. It's not that far. I think you'll be fine in the capital. Will you? Miss Chloe, do you live in Grancel? Why, yes, I do. I'll be staying at my grandmother's house. Pardon me. was one heck of a party. Olivia even dragged the poor Mueller into it. Who was it that dragged the poor Mr. Burns into it, huh? Well, they seemed to mind. Well, I figured, what the heck. Ren, do you have fun? Yeah, I did. Food was good. Everyone was talking about neat stuff. Piano music was really pretty, too. Yeah, Olivia's really good at it. I was kind of surprised. Well, he's not all hot air when he calls himself a traveling performer, I guess. You want to duck out already, Shara? Sid and the others still having fun. Professional courtesy. If I stayed, you know I'd just drink them under the table. Since we do have work tomorrow, I thought I'd cut early, spare them the pain. Fair enough. We got our hotel rooms on. We were unable to secure a 4-bedroom person. We accept a pair of 2-person rooms. Sure. How do you want to split them up? I'm fine with any arrangement. Set up however you please. I want to be with Miss Estelle. We've been busy with work, so we haven't had time to talk at all. No fair. I want to be with Estelle, too. You should have said so. Eat sooner, slowpoke. I know. What if all 3 of us stayed in the same room? We could share a bed. No, that's okay. I'll let you borrow Estelle for tonight. Thank you, Tita. I think I just got horse traded. You do have a way with the ladies, Estelle. That leaves the 2 of us, Tita. I'll show you a few tarot card games before we settle for the night. This one's called Ogre Battle. This room isn't like the one I stayed in with Mama and Papa. It's a big building outside the window. Oh. Miss Estelle, what's wrong? Nothing, really. And more importantly, I'm sorry, Ren. We couldn't find your Papa or Mama today. It's okay, Papa and Mama promised they'd come get me. You don't need to search so hard. But Papa and Mama are very good at hide and seek. Not as good as me, of course, but still good. So I think you'll find them very easily. Is that right? I won't try so hard to find them, but only if you're okay with it. It's okay, it's for the best. Never mind that right now. I have 2 big favors to ask of you. Oh, what's up? I can't tell you until you promise to do them ahead of time. Did your Papa teach you to drive a bargain like that? Okay, sure, whatever. First thing is, can I call you Estelle from now on? Oh, you mean drop the whole Miss part? Yeah, Tina gets to call you Estelle all the time. I don't have to call you Miss Estelle. Alright, I don't mind. I never stood that much on formality anyways. It's not like I'm your teacher or anything. So you really don't mind? Estelle, I love it. Glad you like it. Call me Estelle as much as you want, Ren. Okay, Estelle, that makes me happy. So what's the other thing? Oh yeah, well, can you tell me why you were so surprised when we came in the room? You had this really sad, lonely look on your face. I want to know why. Is that okay? Yeah, it's okay. See, I've actually stayed in this very room before with someone else. Stepping in here just reminded me of him. Really? Was it your lover? Was this your love nest? Not quite. He was someone I've known for a really long time, and we've gotten very close. But it's complicated. We're not together right now, though. Ooh. What kind of man is he, huh? What's his name? What does he look like? These questions. His name's Joshua. He has black hair, amber eyes. Pretty handsome, I guess. I should call him more beautiful than handsome, really. Beautiful. I was saying he made a great princess. In fact, it looked amazing on him. Sounds like fun. Can I meet him? When are you seeing him again? I don't really know, actually. Oh, you don't know when you'll see him again, and that's why you look so sad, right? Sort of, but I'm okay. I'm gonna find him and drag him back home, even if it takes years. Why'd you seem so sad? Because I'm sure he's off somewhere in over his head. I can't do anything to help him, and that makes me sad, I guess. Sorry. It's supposed to be pretty boring since you don't know Joshua at all. No way, it's neat. Joshua's a really wonderful person, huh? Wonderful. Actually, right now I think he's a bit of a jerk. I mean, talk about selfish ways of saying goodbye, taking my first... First what? Nothing. Nothing at all. Okay, I'm all tired. Time to go to sleep. Ain't no fair. I'm not going to sleep until I hear the whole thing. Explain. Meanwhile, the evil ones. Bingo. Yep. Looks like we found our rats. Push-ups, why did you get into a pointless argument on the internet? Especially Twitter. Twitter's like several steps down from the internet. Oh, the Sky Bandits kept the ship they hijacked, right? I think so, yeah. Estelle and her team ended up fighting the bandits in the big central hollow a bit further in. Nice big open space, huh? Our guys are in the same spot. What do you think? Going for heroic charge now? Yeah, I don't have time to contact anyone. No heroics, though. Not yet. Sneak in. Take a look how many men they got. Weird. This is definitely their hideout, but where the hell is everyone? Oh, we totally tracked them. Where'd all those intelligence weirdos go? They might have figured out we were onto them, but screw it. Let's have a look around. No good. Place is an empty shell. Do you see anything? I freaking thing. Can't tell if they're just out or ditched the place or what. Not even clues to where they went. Yeah, about that. I didn't find any mention where they were going, but I did find this over that tent. It's... blueprints of some kind. Looks like it's something called the Orgulier. It's like a vehicle of some sort. That sounds cool. What is it? Some kind of airship? I don't know. It seems a bit small for one. What the? What's wrong? There's a note in the pages. I've sent out the invitations. I've got the table and chairs ready. Everything's ready for the tea party. Now all I need is to bake some crumpets and wait for the guests to arrive. Oh, tea party. That's really cute. It's like something out of a storybook. Some kind of code, I guess. What does it mean, though? Tea party. Gotta be some kind of... Scatter! No way, how'd they sneak up on us? Some serious stealth skills, guys. It's another trick you learned from Lieutenant Red. Yeah, I see it. There's something wrong here. Okay, feint to a side, crush this one corner of the triangle. Take out the rest. Ready? Oh! Oh, okay. Hmm.
I'm just warming up.
Yeah, I was about to say, I apparently have to remind push-ups of literally the oldest rule of the internet. Do not feed the trolls.
Eat this!
Yeah, don't take the bait, and recognize that everything you say can and will be used against you by assholes who are either bored or stupid. Or both. It is a good reminder. I freely admit I understand the temptation. I'm just very, very... I've been on the internet for a long time. You get used to that. Like, you get tempted and it's like, wait, no. Let me tell you, one of the most important skills I ever learned, this is not actually a joke, is recognizing that people don't mean what they say most of the time.
Eat this!
Like, I know that sounds like a strange sentence, but let me put that into perspective. And let's say for a moment that Blade Travell says, you know, I think FF4 is the best FF game. Now here's the thing. He may or may not think that. That's irrelevant. But in the hypothetical situation we're coming up with here, Blade Travell doesn't mean that. He's not saying that because that's his opinion. He's just trying to stir stuff up, either because he's bored, like I said, or because he's trolling, and this is what he does for entertainment, or because he's trying to get a reaction out of somebody, or because he's seeing what other people say, or whatever, right? He doesn't mean what he's saying. He is saying something that is a lie to specifically provoke a reaction. And the more you understand that most people, especially in that kind of argumentative environment like the internet, don't mean what they say. The more a lot of what they say and do makes a lot more sense. Because it's so tempting to take them at their word, isn't it? It's so tempting to think that they actually mean that. Ooh, that is a huge damage. Like, that's a ton of health. As expected, of course. It's extremely true in politics. Like, frankly. Like, it's easy to point to some of the insane things politicians say and be like, oh my god! But again, you kind of have to realize they probably don't mean that. They're probably just saying it for whatever stupid reason they have. Let's be clear, whatever the reason is probably stupid. Oh, come on. Anyway, sorry, I'm not trying to dress you down, Push-Ups. I'm being quite sincere. Unlike some other people, I mean what I just said, and that's my point. What's with these guys? I mean, we beat him, so whatever, but that was a strange fight. Do you think they were in drugs or something? I remember hearing they used something like that to control things in Taiwan, I guess. Nah, it was different. This was like hacking at a stone, or... That was great fun. You two aren't half bad, are you? What a treat. Hello, Campanella. It's like saying that Tylenol causes autism. Let's be honest with ourselves. The individual who said that probably didn't mean it. Unfortunate number 0. Oh, okay. The Fool. Because, of course, we've got to go with the freaking tarot motif. I'm but one hand of the Society of Ouroboros. Find this how to show your face, huh? What's your scheme, anyway? What the hell are you planning on doing with what's left of the intelligence idiots? I'm sorry, I'm afraid I'm a little more than an observer this time. You're asking the wrong person if you want details about the plan. In fact, I barely know them myself. Observer? Anyway, if you want to attend the tea party, better hurry. I'm not quite sure where it's being held, but it isn't here. Or shall we share some coffee instead? Enjoy the dawn together. Kid, you look pretty young. You really part of the society? I don't mean to be insulting or anything, but you might want to get away from them. They're bad people. Oh, you're very kind, miss. But, you know, it's okay to laugh at a fool. That's what he's there for. Worrying about the fool? That's quite rude. What the hell? We beat them senseless. You bracers really are naive. If you really want to defeat someone, you have to break them into pieces, like so. Oh my god! Oh my god. I think that's the first time they've killed someone in this entire franchise. Granted, it was nameless mooks, but still. It's so easy to break even a well-made toy, isn't it? Great, that's the end of the Fool's show for tonight. Farewell. Hopefully I can give you an encore someday. I know. They weren't guilty of any crime so bad they deserve to die like this. We can't leave them here just laying around. Go kill some time somewhere, alright? A kid like you doesn't need to deal with this. I'll take care of it. But... What? The hell? I think this arm is fake. Aww. I was actually impressed for a second. Because, yeah, like, breaking them apart, and, necromancy, right? A corpse explosion, hello, Diablo 2. They're archaisms, orbital machines capable of independent action. Hi, Kevin. Who are you? Don't worry, I'm no enemy. I'm Kevin Graham of the Septian Church. You're Agate Crosner and Annalise Elfeed, right? I suppose you'd be up for swapping some stories, would you? Yeah, don't mistake me, I don't want blood, but that had the makings of being a very powerful moment. Great establisher for Campanella. I guess it still is, if you think about it. Kyle, you're up. Josette. No Doombots. Impressive as always. You three are impressive too. You defeated them in a single sweep thanks to your combo attack. Get it down. Flatter will get you nowhere. It's like the 10th group, isn't it? How many more do we need to hunt down? This should be enough. The real army should move soon. It would probably be best for Vis to disappear. Right then. Still, just what is the society trying to do? Why use these dolls dressed up as Richard's goons? It's the real question, though. Where are the rest of the intelligence men? They're probably gone to the tea party in that note. The dolls are likely to distract the army from that and make them think Richard's men are still active here. Makes sense, I guess. We should do what the hell the tea party was. Well, we don't have that much of a reason to help, but... Sure you don't want to crash the tea party? The Bracers should be investigating that camp by now. We can leave it to the army and the guild. Yeah, we left them the note and the plans. That'll be more than enough. We're taking care of all these frickin' puppet things while the guild's busy. We'll just leave the rest of that airhead in her group, right? Sorry. Didn't mean to pick an old wound or anything. You didn't. They have nothing to do with me anymore. Once the tea party begins, the army will be focused on that. We can move once that happens. Right then. Time to get busy. Second Joshua scene. There's my mattress. Not here is the answer to that question. It's very binary when you think about it. It's here. Where is it? Almost got in a full shift. Yeah, there's much better uses of artificial soldiers. This report is very thorough. Thank you very much. You investigated quite well. I guess. Oh, God. No! Hour-long cutscene. No! Why? Information. That's what we got you. How are preparations? Mission deployments done. Using the extensive monster hunting sweep this morning. We'll be doing this periodically. keep that up, Colonel, and you'll put us out of a job. Well, you have something of a point. Speaking of civilian concerns about the parents, the ones you mentioned yesterday, I've heard reports that they've gone through the regional gate posts. Nuts. Not do but wait, then. I will let the guild know the incident. I think for the moment, you've done fine work. You have your payment wired, blah, blah, blah. What should we do now? As long as staying in Grand Sill, I wouldn't turn away the help. I know you're busy with other matters, however. I won't insist on you staying. I'm still over in situation. We'll talk to Elnett about it. Sir! Don't worry, these people can be trusted. Very well. We received a phone transmission from headquarters. Remnants of the intelligence division have been sighted in the Bose region. What? You're kidding. Details, man. Explain. First sighted by some bracers. I'm afraid we don't have all the details of their confrontation yet. However, General Bright has ordered all army stations to stand at level 2 alert. I see. Thank you, Mr. Belk. I suspect we're going to be busy fairly soon. Estelle, we should get back to the guild at once. Right. Colonel Sid, good luck with your patrols. Stay safe. Stab. Yep, he's a Colonel Morganite. Hi, Ren. It's kind of quick, wasn't it? I tell you, we just need to turn in a report. You could have just waited at the guild house. Aw, that's mean. I just want to stay with you, Estelle. Tita, say something to her. me. I do want to stay with Estelle all the time, but she has work to do, so I don't want to be selfish. Fine, then. In that case, I'll just have to run off with Estelle myself. You don't get to play, Tita. Oh, Ren, you're so mean. Come on, you two, don't fight. Tita, you're the older girl here. Let it slide, okay? But you two seem really close all of a sudden. I'm not annoying, am I? Oh, come on, sweetie. Like I could never stop loving you. Come here, hug. Well, Tita, you keep making that sad, lonely face. I'm gonna have to hug you all up. Stop, Estelle. Tita, pity hugs are cheating. You get much more pop with the ladies, Estelle, and Olivier might get jealous. Ah, we really need to hurry back to the guild house. Something happened? Afraid so. Remnants of the intelligence division have been found in Bose. It's awful. Yeah, but we're fuzzy on the details. Yeah, are we going to find out they weren't people? This isn't fair, you guys. I don't know what you're talking about at all. Sorry, Ren. Something very important has happened, so we need to go back. Too bad. It'd be fun to play hide-and-seek with all these soldiers. We could use the whole forest as a hiding place. That'd be fun, right? Might be fun, yeah. But let's not do that and say we did, okay? Yeah, so... just based on narrative law, Ren is probably our enforcer for this chapter. I'm not sure what her game is. I'm kind of a question marky on that, but that's my current prediction. Because so far, each chapter has introduced another enforcer. And, I mean, quirky mini boss squad, right? And yeah, she's more coded as a killer than Joshua is. And Joshua's literally a child assassin. What makes me think it's Ren? Well, it's certainly not that guy. What's the meaning of this? Do you deliberately besmirch me, Dionin von Orsley's rightful heir to the throne? No, Your Grace, not at all. In fact, this morning we put a plan in motion to slay any monsters along the road to Grand Cell. We'll be completely safe with the allotted escort. That's not the point. An honor guard of merely 3 men is wholly unacceptable for a man of my statute and importance. I demand at least a full squadron. 10 men, go! Your Grace. Your Grace, please don't demand so much of them. Her Royal Highness has finally given leave for us to return. Please, we should consider ourselves lucky to receive such kindness itself. Silence! This punishment was the height of injustice to begin with. Given the outrageous grievances levied against me, I should demand nothing less than the whole Royal Guard meet me. Well, we may not be the entire Royal Guard, but we'll go with you if you like. And I'll smack you every step of the way. Whap, whap, whap. You! I haven't changed a bit, Duke, have you, old buddy? It's not very Dukely to railroad everyone with your selfishness. Very not very Dukely. How dare you call me buddy, you impertinent nobody? Are you even here? The villa was to be closed off to the common rabble. Yeah, we actually had real work to do here. So going for a walk, old buddy? More than a mere stroll, girl. Prepare to be shocked. Alicia has come to her senses and have released me from the unjust punishment which bound me here. Unjust punishment? They've released you from house arrest? Indeed, word arrived this morning. She instructed us to depart from the villa and return to Grand Cell Castle. That's not... I don't know about you. I would keep him under house arrest in the palace and, you know, disinherit him. But also, just to get him away from the villa where the extremely important international event is about to happen, right? Like, this isn't a, you're free. This is a, we're moving your prison. Yeah, this is... Try to play it cool. Don't try to do a coup a second time, huh? Hey, you know, don't you think you should examine your lifestyle a bit? You're kind of a slacker, buddy. Maybe you can start with a bit of exercise? What, did I say something weird? No, it is exactly as you say, Miss Estelle. If His Grace had better hold in his life, he would not have been so easily manipulated by Colonel Richard. Allow me to echo your suggestion. Enough of your lectures. Enough of this. I will not remain here a second longer amongst such riffraff. We depart for the capital. Now, weren't you going about having to have enough men? No! Come, let's go, men. Humph! Mrs. Estelle, it may be an old refrain by now, but thank you. I'm gonna try to express my gratitude. Don't worry about it. I don't know, I think you need to drop the hammer a bit more. Yes, you do. I think he's the way he is because no one's ever really scolded him, you know? Yes. I don't really think he's that rotten. Deep down. I do. I think he just needs a hand. Your words ring so true. Philip! Why are you dawdling with the peasants? Heap loitering will depart without you. Yes, your grace, I'll be a moment. You'll excuse me. I mean, honestly, a butler is not the kind of person who would make for a very good parent. Alfred aside. A butler's job is to attend to your every need, to wait on you hand and foot. A parent's job is to raise you. Yeah, I think we probably should have gone with him, but... You really are Cassius's daughter. What? You're incredible. Still, I kind of noticed when we first met, you're kind of too nice, aren't you? Too nice, huh? I don't worry too much over it. Let's return to Grand Cell. Yeah, Alfred is the exception that proves the rule, quite frankly. And if we're being very, very honest, Alfred still stumbled a bit as a parent figure because, you know, Bruce is a deeply unhappy and very mentally and emotionally disturbed person. I was actually just noticing that. Yeah, there's nothing here. There's no enemies, but there's nothing here. Yeah, the army actually did their job. I am in shock. Yeah, no, there's nothing. Wow. I thought it'd just be like the adjacent zone or two, but no. Okay, I should probably actually get on with it. No, my shiny bombs. My beloveds. Yep, the army has outdone themselves. They've hit the level of basic ground level competence. They have reached 0. We just received a mission fee from the army. Here's the reward. Wow, we're only at 101. I have missed out on 22 BP at the moment. So I know I said I was going to have a walkthrough it, but I have a second quest, side quest walkthrough it. Sure, I'm missing it this time. They discovered the base the Intelligence Division refugees have been using in the abandoned mine near Ravino. Unfortunately, the base itself has already been abandoned as well by the time they found it. That's where we fought those bandits. Did they abandon it already? Do you have any idea where they went? Actually, former Intelligence Special Forces men have been seen all over the Bose region. Border Garrison is currently investigating the situation. Man, should we pack it up and head over to the Bose to help? No. Until we get a request for help from the Bose Drans directly, I would prefer not to act rashly. There's another reason for caution as well. It seems the Society had a hand in this. Agate and Annalise encountered one of their agents in an abandoned mine. Another enforcer, Campanella, the Fool. Face. They found several strange things in the ruins of the base. First, they discovered plans for something called an Orgue? I don't know how to pronounce that at all. Which seems to be some form of orbital-driven vehicle. Also found a memo written in cipher discussing a tea party of some sort. That explains everything and leaves us with no questions, no siree. What do you mean by orbital-driven vehicle? What is it? I'm concerned about a tea party. Bye, Ren. Try to simply stay here and wait after hearing all that. Clear your heads, guys. The army and guildmates are working hard over there. I'm sure they'll keep things under control. We'll hear about it soon enough. Exactly. I know it may make you nervous, but please remain in Grand Cell for the time being. For now, do as you please. Where's Olivier? The Erebonian embassy called a while ago. It was Olivier. He said he had a small piece of business to attend to and left. He said he'd return quickly. I wonder what that's about. Speaking of missing. Where'd Ren go? She was here just a minute ago. Crap. You think she got bored with all the talking, went to play? It's quite possible we're going on a bit. Well, this isn't good. Darn it, we need to do something about it if we're going to leave for Grand Cell. I'm going to go look for her. I'll come too. I think I might know where Ren went. Thanks, Tita. Sorry, Elman.
Right.
Sure. Like, he's already set up, so whatever. Actually, yeah, PM Triox. And Ren was like, ugh, there's so much text. Where would I hide if I was a silly little girl? Tita, any ideas? We've been a lot of places in the Eastern Bloc. Maybe she's one of those. Let's see, department store, museum, and ice cream. No voice acting. Ugh. When's the remake coming out? God. Oh, there we go. Sorry, that was my neck. I mean, we know they're already working on one, right? Lucas Slaughter? We looked at everything. Good day, you visitors. We're looking for someone, actually. Oh, the young lady in the white dress who's with the girl you're accompanying today. That's her. Do you remember us? Well, you stood out a bit. I'm afraid I haven't seen her today, though. Nuts. If you see her, contact the guild at once, will you? Okay. Oh, so we don't know Lucas Slaughter. I thought they'd already formally announced that. I lost her again. So I'm trying to catch a hyperactive kitten. You came with Ren to this department store yesterday, right? Yeah. She might have gone somewhere else, though. I don't think she could have gone far. Alright, with absolutely no hints whatsoever, we're going to go directly back to the museum, because that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Hello again. You're still looking for the young lady I just saw her a moment ago. She'd still be in the museum, I believe. Excellent. Hey, miss. Do you know where the colorless fish are? Bye. Miss Barbie, your friends are... Wait, Ren, please. I am actually quite curious how they handle Weissman in the remake, because they're, among other things, they're being added another tool in the arsenal of narrative, which is voice acting. So they could do something with that if they wanted to, which they may or may not choose to. Hence the statement. She said, do you know where the colorless fish are? What? Somewhat deep for a simple child's question. It's a riddle of some kind, I think. A riddle? What? She's trying to get us to find her using riddles, I bet. You're kidding me! Now she's running away from us on purpose? Oh, Ren, you little... Seems like it. Okay, cat girl, if you want to play, let's do that. I'm not about to lose to an 11-year-old girl. Still, winning isn't the point. The riddle is, do you know where the colorless fish are? Colorless fish? Colorless fish. I mean, we're gonna go to the fishery place because it's a fishery place, but I don't know what colorless has to do with anything. So I'm in the group here, I think, but... bit ago, a girl in the white frilly dress came by the first floor. Think she wanted to join? Yeah, Lloyd, that's definitely what it was. Ugh. Colorless fish. Fish prints. Interested in my fish print, are you? That's proof of my hard-earned glory, that is. Settle on down, I'll tell you the tale of my valor. We have to take a rain check, I'm afraid. Sir, did a girl in a white dress come by here? Ah, she's your friend. Good girl. So, a bit of an oddball. She asked me a very strange question and left. What was the question, sir? Do you know where the bitter, spicy, delicious store is? Actually, I think I got that one. Without having to check anything. See if I'm right in a second. Right here, I think? Yeah, here it is. Coffee house. Curry of Dreams. Barkeep, what are your specials? Coffee, of course. Most popular item is dark roasted dragon bean blend. Our spicy, spice-heavy curry is also really popular. Yep, the bitter, spicy, delicious store. You said a little girl in white dress? Yeah, she was here not too long ago. Heard a cafe au lait and seemed to love it. I don't think when she does me a very strange question, though. What would that be? Do you know where they sell the sweets that disappear if you leave them alone? Ice cream. Don't get me started about Nintendo and patents. Rage-induced spittle is not good for my health right now. Damn, that's a big heal. It's expensive as hell, though. Sweets that disappear if you leave them alone. I get it. Ice cream. Your cute little friend just stopped by with an ice pop. You two aren't together today? I thought so. Did she tell you a riddle by chance? A riddle? She was very cheerful. Told me I'm going to go see my friends at the landing port. Finally done with riddles, I hope. Certainly been toyed with enough. Seriously, making us worry and run like this? I'm giving her the biggest lecture when we catch her. Estelle, please don't get too mad at her. I think Ren's just kind of lonely. We've been busy with work and her parents are missing and... Tita does have something of a point. Oh, way to kill my righteous lecture fury there, Tita. Fine, we gotta get to the landing port. I'm not sure where the landing port is, actually. I think it's far west. Hold on a second. No? Of course, that's not helpful. There's the warehouse district. This is like the naval port. Big place. Oh, the almost total opposite of the zone, of course. Thank you, Maze. Although East Block North, isn't that the Erebonian Embassy? Oh, you mean here. Hey! Gustav. What, Tita? Oh, Tita! Is that Estelle Bright? Hot damn, long time no see. Good to see you doing okay, Gustav. What you doing here? Getting off the beaten path for you guys. We're bringing these units over. The heck up those? Hey, that's gotta be... Yep, samples of the XG02. Real deal, too. Just about as much performance as we got in her now. It's tiny for an engine, but it really produces as much output as the sheet Grandpa showed me. Their design is functional and adorable. It's amazing. Down, Tita, down. Make Tita so high above the clouds she can't even hear you. Anyway, if you're bringing them to the capital, that means these are the treaty samples for the Republic of the Empire, right? We finished up putting the Arcei back together, and we're going to cart these over there. Here. Okay. So where are you guys lugging these things off to, anyway? There's a warehouse out near the water port we'll be using. They'll be stored there until the ceremony. Fair enough. Gustav, you going back to Zeiss after this? Yep, we'll make trails in the sky as soon as we're done here. Now, Tita, you behave yourself. I will. Mattress is here. Let me do this really quick. Come on, update. Let's finish up what we're doing right now. It's gonna take a minute to inflate the damn thing anyways. It will not help with better sleep. It'll be, you know, sleep at all. As opposed to the current setup. Yeah, Hades 2 is probably going to be a very good game. I will not consider myself surprised if that ends up being true. Okay. Yeah, no, I honestly legitimately thought about cutting off earlier, but what am I going to do? Laying down on the floor is not going to help, and I can't sleep in a chair. So, just the Arcei's engine. I don't really get how it works, but it looks cool. Seeing that was amazing. Hope I can make a machine that incredible and cute someday. Is it going to be a mech? I bet it's going to be a mech. Oh, and we're done. Well, you know what? Why don't we go ahead and cut it here then? When we come back, I don't know when I'm going to get up. I literally missed out on some sleep, so I'm going to go lay down. Okay? When I get up, go ahead and keep going through Chapter 3. See you in a bit.